And we are live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to JD Unstoppable. I am the host for the evening. I am JD Rosario from Unstoppable Comics, and I'm hanging out with some of my homies to talk comics, to help launch the latest book from Unstoppable Comics, and to celebrate a special day of remembrance. But first, let me introduce you to everybody that's hanging out with me tonight. Up on top on my left, we got JD Calderon, writer, publisher, producer of the Oswald Chronicles, Tall Tales, Dreamweaver Press, and host of Sunday nights Indie Comics Explained. Below me is my right-hand man, Ryan. If you have gone to any convention that Unstoppable Comics has been at in the last, 5 years, he's there. And he is the one that's going to be selling you all this stuff, not me. You know what I mean? Pushing.
Yeah.
All right.
I just
diagonally underneath me is my brother from another mother. My boy since before childhood, because our parents knew each other. Mm-hmm. The host of a Midnight Hustle podcast on YouTube and other streaming services soon to come. Diehard Derek Gordon.
What's going on, my guy?
What is up, everybody? It's a brand new year. Thank you all for joining us. Right? It's a new dawn. It's a new day. You know everybody loves it when I sing, right?
The chat just cleared out.
They just muted this thing.
They had to. But today is a special day for me and my family. It's a special day of remembrance. And today would have been my dad's 75th birthday. He passed away some years ago. That was him, Angel Luis Rosario, born January 13th, 1949. He passed away September 17th, 1982. And he was my introduction to comic books, right? He's the one that taught me about Spider-Man, Superman, took me to go see Superman in the theater. And my mom was the one who ended up keeping me reading comic books, right? Taking me to the bodega that Jose's dad owned on the corner of my grandmother's place and buying his used comic books. Right? And
what a connection.
Right? And my wife helps me to continue pursue a career in comic books. So but in honor of my dad, right? I want to do a shot to commemorate what would have been his 75th birthday. So if anybody wants to at the beginning of the show, you got a few moments, grab something very quickly. All right. And you know what? Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing comic books and I wouldn't be hanging out tonight with you guys. Right. I wouldn't have met so many people. I wouldn't have produced so many products. I wouldn't have been able to go around the country as many times as I have with comic books if it wasn't for what he brought to me. So, Dad, thank you for everything. You're my hero. We miss you. And happy birthday.
Both drinks.
Cheers.
All right. Woo! I hope I didn't bring this down a little bit.
So he's the man to blame for this tragedy we call Unstoppable Comics.
he's one of the people. He's one of the people to blame.
A fucking tragedy. Right? Can you hit any more on the head?
I had to try and lighten the mood.
Yeah. Poor guy. He's not even here to defend himself, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know,
Ryan, I'm just happy you said it.
Somebody had to.
Like if Colin Farrell was Bullseye.
But all right, so now that it's out of the way, one of the things we're going to be doing tonight is launching my latest book, Shield of the Interceptor. And you know what? Before the day gets the night gets any further down the road, what we're going to do is launch this bad boy. Okay, so it's been a while since I've done StreamYard. So
since you've hit the button,
yeah. Yeah.
Listen, at least he found the button. I was thinking.
Hey, somebody's still married. All right.
He's like, I got lost in Ryan's beard.
All right, guys. So this is it, right? We're gonna launch this bad boy. Shield of the Interceptor, issue number 5, The Golden Moon, part 1. Here's Kickstarter. I'm ready to launch. You're damn right I am. Shit, there's more stuff to read. Okay.
Always.
We all check the box. And here we go, baby.
Did it work?
There we go.
No, okay.
Where's
Congratulations.
the confetti?
Nice. This feels like the Jerry Lewis telethon. This is good.
I could go all night. I could go all night, bro. I could go all night.
No, you can't.
So
I'm sure there's somebody in the chat that can vouch for that. Hey, I hold on. Before you start, Jay, I have a Shield of the Interceptor question because I'm not caught up to it. So in the creative business, especially now in woke culture, everybody's like, oh, you need somebody who understands that culture to be the voice of that culture. Like women should be writing for women, men should be writing for women. Now, Shield of the Interceptor, you are neither black nor British. So where does this come from? Where's that voice?
He's not in shape either. So.
There is a woman who says you're black from the waist down. I'll say that though.
You know what? It's my love and appreciation, not appropriation, of both cultures, right? And to be fair, the Interceptor or Shield of the Interceptor was not meant to be the flagship title of Unstoppable Comics. It was supposed to be something else, and it grew. It grew. It was a hell of a lot more interesting to write. It was more entertaining to write, and he is pretty much the centerpiece of the Unstoppable Comics universe. Stories are either going to be revolving around him, or he will be the catalyst of. Now, are there certain stories I cannot write? 100% beyond the shadow of a doubt, right? And if the time comes and I need help or guidance in that area, I can either bring some of those creators on to join me in this work or tell the story on their own. But there are definitely stories that I can tell, and that is what I will be telling as the series goes forward. So this bad boy is live. Let me post the link in the comments over here as people are jumping on. And
so Jay, how do you relate to a character that has a six-pack? I mean, you've never experienced that either.
Because I got the keg. I got the keg, baby. All right? Damn fucking right. And I didn't always look as bold and beautiful. I would have said something.
Why bring a six-pack when you can bring the keg, right?
Damn right.
So, Ryan, you want to hear something funny? He's talking about looking bold and beautiful, right? So before the show started, I wanted to tell him, like, oh, Jay, do you remember this shirt? And this shirt is a shirt that I wore at the first Comic-Con that I worked with Jay, New York City Comic-Con. I don't know, 2012, probably before that. Anyway, long story short, so I went on his Facebook to find the picture. First of all, I'm disappointed. Not many pictures of me on his fucking Facebook, all right? Like, dude, I've known you forever. Second of all, when you scroll and you go deeper onto his Facebook, he's got these Menudo poses. And he's got one where he's standing in the projects looking like fucking Detective Espinosa on SVU or something like that. I'm like, who shot this shit?
I've seen those.
No, do not mess with my sexy shots. You know what I mean? That's what got me married, man. That's what got me the ring over here. Come on, bro. You can't jump on that, bro.
If you can't look back and cringe, I mean, have you grown as a person?
All right. So we got people dropping into the chat very quickly. Let me shout
them out.
Acknowledge them. All right. We got another brother over here saying, "What's up, Marvin Wynn?" It's very random. Yes, sir. We got Ada.
Yep, that one.
Okay.
What's up?
Hello, Ada. All right. And please, dude, listen, I got 2 letters in my name, so I'm not trying to make fun of you. I hope you understand. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. So, what's up? Thank you.
His mom knew early he wouldn't be able to spell or read. That's why he hides everybody else.
That's why she only gave me 2 letters. Jose, you got the same thing, kid. David Flynn saying, "What's up?" We got
Hockey Dave.
Good luck. What up, George? We got David Flynn, my Bacardi brothers. David Flynn. You know what? Here's another piece of the puzzle here. This guy, David Flynn, is one of my brothers. All right, and
100%.
for those of you who have read Shield of the Interceptor before, you'll recognize the name David Flynn. And you know, I'm not a rich guy. I don't have tons of dough. I can't put you in a mansion, but I could do my best to try to immortalize my friends and my family. And
Dude, yeah, that's
David,
because
David is the namesake of our hero.
Yo.
David, you know I love you, brother. All
we
right?
call him Hockey Dave. Dave's a fucking warrior, man.
Damn
That
fucking
dude,
right.
yo, you ever watch him play hockey? Dave don't fuck around. Dave is the man. And the only other question I have is, where's my fucking hero? Where's my character?
He died in
Nah.
the first issue, baby.
Where's that one? I'm waiting for that one.
You were on page 3 of issue 17 in the bottom left-hand corner.
I was supposed to be issue 2 of
Henchman
New York
number
versus the
3.
World. That's another story, though. Oh, deep cuts.
All right, Gilbert, saying happy birthday to your father, Gilbert.
Gilbert
Thank
said
you,
we should
brother.
take another shot. Fuck it.
Oh, whoa.
Thank you, Gilbert.
I gotta try to sell some stuff here, bro. Let me not go that deep. This here is my sister, Melissa. She's not on the show tonight. She's not here, but she did have a shot with us at that time. Tom, did you even post a link yet? Yes, Tom. The link is in the comments, bro. It's
I don't
there.
think it's clickable though. It's just text. I don't think you can click it.
Can you click it? You can't click it.
I know. I think it's
Nah, I
It's
think you
not
gotta
the
cut and
hyperlink.
paste. Yeah, you gotta
cut and paste. Okay, gotcha.
All right. Oh, you mean
Jay?
from your side? Okay.
Jay,
Yes.
it is time for another shot. Take
Okay.
a look at the board. No, he didn't even need a reason.
Oh shit!
Take a look at the board.
What's the board? What's the scoreboard
All
looking
right,
like?
we're just a few seconds in.
Wow.
$6,
Yes.
$106.
That's a
okay,
shot.
It's a nice. You know what? Eight more of those guys, and the bad boy is funded.
And he'll be dead.
There you go.
Listen, I got
Hey.
plans with the wife tomorrow, so there's only so much I can do tonight, fellas. You know what I mean?
You guys
Let
watching
me cut a
three NFL games
little.
tomorrow?
What are you doing?
Watching 3 NFL games tomorrow. It's the
No.
playoffs, baby.
Oh,
No. We got a lot of gift cards for the holidays, so time
Nice.
to spend it when things are on sale. All right. So at $1.06, salute. Thank you to the
drinks.
food trucker who've been helping me get to this point. Appreciate it. Holy mama. All right, let's not let this be a quick night. So it's coming down for a second. All right, Tom, what kind of rookie nonsense is this? Yes, Tom. It's it's a new year. I forgot. It's been a few weeks since I had the controls.
It's Jay's show. It's always rookie nonsense.
You didn't even read the rules. Now they can turn you into a human centipede. Okay, all right.
Centipede, bro.
Centipede.
yo,
Centipede.
I'm the first one there. I'm not eating nobody's ass. I'm the head of the human centipede. You all can start eating my ass and
Wait,
work
in
your
the-
way
in the
back.
First movie, or the second one.
You can kill me. Thanks.
As a matter of fact, I want Ryan behind me because I want him to tickle me with that fucking beer.
I'm done. I'm done. Then I can save some crumbs for later.
Nice.
You got booty flakes in the
Marvin,
fucking beer.
he's asking us to drop the link. Marvin has been dropped, Papa. Okay, David
Yeah,
Flynn.
these are-
It's talking about
these are-
Derek's comment about the pictures that show up on my on my page. Yes, they're 1990s glamour shots, baby, because Daddy was looking good in the 90s.
Mm.
Damien, he said he back. Damien, my brother, I appreciate you. Thank you. Ada, no problem. I have 3, 2 are the same. Ada's fine. My man, thanks for staying with us, bro. RJ, hey y'all, what up, cuz? Hey y'all. All right. Andrew Wilson, Oswald rules. Dead
Thank you.
liver filters. Oh, dead in the liver filters. Dead live? Dead. Okay, listen, you're here. You're hanging out with us. Thank
Fuck
you.
it. Yeah.
Andrew, I hope you
Whatever
take
he's
some
at, I'm
shots,
down.
baby. We're having a good time tonight.
Hey,
But
you mind if I cut a quick promo?
cut a promo.
All right, listen, everybody out there, I really appreciate you guys coming out here and coming to support JD, my brother, and his dream of unstoppable comics. And this is all joking aside. But this is his dream. This is his passion. He rounded up a great team of artists and again, I don't know shit about comic books, but he rounded up a great team to work with him to make this vision come alive. Now, you guys go out there and you support the MCU and you support DC and you support all these guys. Robert Downey Jr. is making $20 million a movie, all right? If the movie flops, he's going to be okay? JD is the average guy who's trying to bring a vision, trying to bring his passion to it. So the same way you would go out there and while Marvel is shilling their shit to you, okay, JD is bringing his passion, he's sharing it with you. He's making you part of the experience. So be a little generous. I know that, you know, he's very humble and he appreciates everything you put out there, but dig a little deeper in your pocket and give to a guy who's actually giving back to you. Because when was the last time you heard from Kevin Feige? Never. Last time you heard from RDJ? Never. And heard from James Gunn? Never. Anyway, bottom line is, help us make something for you. So dig a little deeper, be a little more generous, and let's make this vision come alive, because he's not just doing it for him. He's doing it because he loves to entertain you guys. He won't say it because he's too humble. I'll fucking say it, all right? So dig a little deep in those pockets and let's make this happen.
Well said. We got to have those fucking
You're making me feel good.
graphics.
You're making me feel good. You're making me feel good. And I appreciate that. I do. It feels good when you got a group of people who are behind you. And I appreciate you all. Really quickly, let's get into a few more comments. Tom said, I've got my Limbo books here and they look great. Yes, check out Tom's feed. He showed you some of the books that he got. Tom, thank you for joining us. Ara said, preach it. Thank you, Ara. We got the missus. Preach, Derek. Tom, tell him about the free wizard card. Oh,
Yeah, dude, that was dope. I
Spicy.
saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do that. Very quickly. For anyone who is backing us in the very first 24 hours of the campaign. So if you're watching this now, you've got 24 hours to get this bad boy right here.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. And for those of you who were comic book collectors back in the 90s and 2000s, before the internet was the internet, Wizard Magazine was the go-to place for comic book news. And to pay homage to that, we put together a special trading card that is only going to be available for the first 24 hours of this campaign. And it is the Wizard Magazine homage cover trading card. It's going to be a hologram trading card. It's available for the first day only. It's a standard size trading card of 3.5 by 2.5. After 24 hours, you can still get it, but you're going to have to pay 5 bones to get one. This is for physical backers only. So if you are a digital backer, you know, and you want it, you gotta toss up a couple more ducats. And this is also available in the trading card set. I'll show you what the trading card set is. But, you know, if you don't just want this, you can get the whole set. And this will be included with that, folks. So, yes, this is the Wizard Magazine homage trading card. And to show you what the hologram finish is going to look like, that's this right here, okay? It's going to have a very special sheen to it, folks. So it's not going to be your standard looking trading card, okay? It's going to be nice, shiny, and bright. And one more free gift is this particular card, okay? And that is the card that we're going to be giving out to anyone who has supported us on any previous campaign. We don't have frequent flyer miles. We do not have the get your card stamped 7 times for a free coffee. All right. We don't have that free ice cream, but we can say thank you to anyone who has supported us in the past. Even if you supported us digitally in the past, you got to get a physical reward this time. And that holochrome trading card will be added to your rewards at no extra charge. It's a freebie. It's on us to say thank you for constantly supporting us. This is, I don't know, my 22nd, my 23rd crowdfunding project. So there's quite a few out there. And again, this is my way of saying thank you for continuing to support us. So this is free to any previous backer. If this is your first time backing us, well, it will be available for an extra $5 in the add-ons, or it will be available in the trading card set as well. But later on tonight, what we're going to be doing is giving away one randomly for free.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Are we eligible to win?
Yes.
I
Yeah, I
want
want one.
I haven't got one. Still waiting.
I didn't realize they were that cool. They were fuck. I was like, oh shit.
Yes. Oh, see, that's the thing. That's not the only one that's going to be given away tonight.
Oh, and there's more.
There's one based on our last 2 crowdfunding campaigns, and that is Limbo. This bad boy was illustrated by Francisco Maldonado. All right, and it is one of the very special titles in our catalog. So that is the Limbo trading card hologram. You may be able to win it tonight. Another one is the Vicky Sticks holochrome trading card, our very first one. You may be able to win that tonight, but you have to be a backer. This one is illustrated by Champe Ramirez. And
Champy. We
have our New York versus the World holochrome trading card that you may be able to win tonight. And this is one of those. What's that famous piece of the guy
sailor
kissing the woman in Times Square? Well, that's our zombie take on it. And instead of kissing her, he's taking a chomp out of her neck. So those cards will be in the set. So we're going to give them away at least twice tonight. Maybe 3 times. Depends on how many people back us. All right. So there's freebies, baby. There's freebies as my way of saying thank you to everyone for continuing to support Unstoppable Comics and my latest book, Shield of the Interceptor. Now, enough talk about that. Let's get a little bit of fun stuff out of the way. All right. We're all part of geek culture. We're part of Geek Nation, and it's a brand new year. There's a ton of things that have been announced, such as a brand new Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out, an Ahsoka movie coming out. Dave Filoni being put in charge of the Star Wars universe. Rebel Moon Part 2. I know a lot of you are waiting for that one. I know a lot of you can't wait. Right?
God damn.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
In a matter of speaking, right?
I did.
No, I'm talking about did you watch it?
I watched it.
You did?
Did you guys watch it?
I know.
No.
I did.
No.
You watched it. Derek didn't. Ryan did. Okay. I've been doing a lot of talking. You brought it up. Calderon.
Yes.
What was your take on it?
Listen, it was a bad, listen, it was obviously that he was set up to do a Star Wars story. He didn't know what he was doing, so they fired him and he took it over to Netflix and they were like, sure, we have money. Here's some money. And he did what he did. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about it. It's the storycraft in it is, the storycraft in it is terrible. And it looks good. I mean, obviously he can shoot a film, but the thing is the only time he's ever shot a good film is when he was working with a good script, a good story. 300, I liked Watchmen. I know it's controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. I enjoyed Watchmen. 300, I thought was a very good movie. But you see something like Sucker Punch, you could tell the movie he wanted to make, but he didn't know how to make that movie. And it's the movie. It's the interstitials in between all the stuff in the psych ward, right? He wanted to make that fantasy movie. He didn't know how to make that movie, so he was like, "I'm just gonna make it crazy scenes in between this other stuff." So, he's not a writer. He shouldn't be writing. He should be working with writers.
The dude is he's a cinematographer. He's a director of photography, and he kicks ass. He has a great eye, right?
Yes.
But the eye is that's it. That's it. That's all he's got. He's got some stylish. Yeah. Some stylish shots. He's got a cool style, but the man cannot. And he co-wrote this movie too. There were 3 writers on this movie. He was one of them. And all 3 of them dropped the damn ball.
You know, let me tell you something about Zack Snyder real quick, because I respect, like you said, he's a cinematographer. I respect his eye, but
absolutely.
and a lot of people may disagree. I think that his masterpiece was Man of Steel. I thought that movie was brilliant. I feel like he took a lot of Terrence
great.
Malick out of there. I love that film, and I love the first half of Batman versus Superman because it's very grounded, and you're still playing off the fact that Superman was an alien and that Bruce Wayne saw him as a threat, as an extraterrestrial threat, not just as this superhero. Oh shit, he can fly. Let's fucking jump on the cape and praise this guy. That being said, in 2004, I have never in the history of my life sat in a movie theater and wanted to act like a monkey. And when I say that, I mean shit in my hand and throw it at the screen. Because that man desecrated Dawn of the Dead, which is one of my top 5 all-time favorite films. And I will never forgive him for doing that shit. So, I ain't watching the fucking thing that guy puts out no more. And Tom is saying it's trash. Yeah, it's probably trash. And since everybody thinks it's trash, I ain't watching this shit either.
It is.
Yeah, it had
Jay, you're muted.
There's some nice looking shots. You're muted, jackass. You're muted.
You good?
Are you having a stroke? You okay?
Yeah.
I'm glad I was muted because I didn't want you guys to hear what I said. Whatchamacallit? Zack Snyder's hit or miss for me. Yes, I like 300. I liked his Dawn of the Dead. I'm sorry, Derek, to disagree with you. But that was the only movie he did that did not have the sepia finish on it. It didn't look like it was a dust cloud, smoky, haze-filled landscape,
Well, he traded in sepia for black and white, and now he wants to do everything strictly in black and white. And he said as much during the interviews for Rebel Moon. If he could make every single movie he's ever made in black and white, he'll do that from now on.
That scares me. I can't. He is hit or miss for me. I did not like Rebel Moon. It wasn't just a poor man Star Wars. It was a poor man. It was a bad rendition of the Seven Samurai, right? The Magnificent Seven. It was just, the writing was on the wall. Derek and I were talking earlier today. We were talking about how these movies like Dirty Dozen, Ocean's 11, right? The first half of the movie is always building the team and how the team is going to interact with each other. And that was the first half of Rebel Moon, and it didn't do it for me. It didn't.
You didn't care about any single one of these characters. None of them were interesting enough to carry any part of that movie.
There was one thing I did like was that parasite tendril monster in the bar. Mm-hmm. But that was not enough to carry the whole flick.
That just reminded me of, you ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force on Adult Swim?
No.
Well, this is a very, very deep cut. There is an alien, just a random alien who speaks through people. So he will tendril up into the thing and speak through the person. In this episode, the alien speaks Japanese for some reason, but that's not even an original thought. This is from 20 years ago.
Okay. There's nothing original about Zack Snyder. He's a rip and flip type of director.
Snyder.
So explain to me.
Hack Snyder.
So you're not gonna. Oh, damn, that's messed up. You're not gonna watch it, Derek. But explain to me at the end when this guy's getting sucked off by the tendrils of the Matrix tubes. That he was in a vat of liquid.
Yeah. Alien.
Okay, Derek.
Hold on, I might have to watch this movie. Hold on.
No, he wasn't getting sucked off. He was getting sucked off on his ribs. That's it.
No,
okay.
All right. So, Derek, you remember the Matrix? You remember that pod that Neo's in when all the tubes are still on him? So imagine the things coming off of him, right? But in reverse. So now they're getting sucked onto him, and now the tubes are enjoying it too. So it had. I don't know.
I think that was a playoff of. I think that was a playoff of a particular piece of Japanese artwork that was also referenced in Blue Eyed Samurai, where there's a woman who works in a house, right, a brothel, and she's in the tub, and the octopus is taking care of business. So conceptually,
that must be a Japanese thing then.
To the screen,
the whole tentacle monster thing.
Yeah, but let's see. So Rebel Moon is triggering some people. We got Champe who said it's good to see the bunch is back in business again. Yes.
Damn, Champe, that the Rogaine is working, man. Shit, I gotta get on that.
Yeah.
You gotta share that, bro. You gotta share that.
Share the secret.
Tom loves Rebel Moon almost as much as he loves the Marvels. You see, great flick for all of us. David, what do you guys think of Echo? We'll get to that, brother. We'll get to that. Say it's trash.
Haven't seen it.
Just say it.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah. Steampunk Star Wars. We've seen this movie 1,000 times before. Yes. The wife loved Echo. She liked. Oh my God.
She also can't carry a role. Sophia Boutella.
I feel so bad. Sophia Boutella, right? Because what was the movie with Batista and Hotel Artemis?
You're right. Okay,
With,
yeah. Jodie Foster, I think, and
pretty much right. Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista, the guy from The New Girl. No, he's not from The New Girl. The guy from Sunny
Goldblum,
Sterling K. Brown in that, and
Sterling K. Brown
Jeff
was in that
Goldblum.
as well, right?
Yeah.
And the guy who played Fastos in the Eternals.
Never played Fausto. Fausto was in the Eternals?
No, my brother-in-law was in the
Eternals. I thought your brother-in-law was in the Eternals. Like, yo, dude, I want you on my podcast.
That's how bad it was.
It was so bad they had to cast Fausto.
We're talking about retakes, but Hotel Artemis was just another play on The Last Precinct, just a hotel.
Yeah,
you know.
Okay.
So all right,
Wasn't
so
Goldblum in that?
Yeah, I think Goldblum was.
Goldblum was in that.
Charlie Day was in that. Yeah. I know all the actors in it, but I didn't see that fucking movie.
Don't worry about it.
I just see that one picture with 8 faces on it on the front of Netflix.
Damian Fields, the jail movie was trash also. Yes, Damian.
It was. Absolutely.
The 2-hour cut and the 4-hour cut. Tendril Up is like Independence Day. Good call. Zach Liefeld.
Ooh, spicy.
So you're saying that Snyder doesn't show feet in any of his cinematography? That's a deep cut for comic book heads. All right, William saying Snyder or Michael Bay?
Michael Bay all day.
Oh, at least the Bay movies are fun.
All day, Michael Bay.
Popcorn.
Listen, Michael Bay's got some shit movies, but Michael Bay's got an eye. Michael Bay hires Victoria's Secrets models. All right, Michael Bay is responsible for
Michael
Bad Boys
Bay shoots
2.
From here.
Yo, right, that big panning shot. Yep.
Yes. But yes.
Listen, nobody has explosions like Michael Bay.
That's true. Or could get military equipment like Michael Bay. But Derek Williams, an old Starhead head. He went with us all the way up into the 8th grade, brother.
Yes. What's up, dude?
He lives all the way up in Boston. RJ, Hotel Artemis was a waste of potential. Yeah. Yes. Marvin, all style, no substance. Oh, we're triggering people. Bay over Snyder. It's not even close.
Tom knows the deal.
Bay has recycled footage.
That's a fact. There's clips from I want to say it's Armageddon that might be in anyway, the military footage, he's always reusing those shots. The aerial shots,
he paid for them once. Why, why not?
It's a good way to keep a couple mil.
All right.
Probably just stock footage.
P Money. Ryan J, what up? What up?
What's good, Pat?
David Flynn, his movies drag on. Yes.
They are a little
Bay or Snyder?
Both.
Snyder.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Godzilla movies reused footage too. No one cares. Okay.
Fair.
All right. You know, listen, stock footage is stock footage, right? If you can bring down the price, it just means, a higher profit for everybody at the end, right? So, all right. So I guess
Rebel Moon. Go.
I guess we could say we're all looking forward to the second installment of Rebel Moon. Yes.
When is that coming out? That's supposed to be like a few months only, right?
Sometime in March.
I think in April. Rebel Moon 2.
Do you think?
I'll come back in April and say I didn't watch that either.
Here's the fucked up part, right? Because he's running the gimmick. Before we get part 2, we're gonna get Rebel Moon the Snyder cut, the extended footage cut.
The Snyder cut is gonna come in 2028.
That's when they said it,
and it's gonna be black and white.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all. I
can't remember the last time I watched a Michael Bay movie because he's been so caught up in doing horrible Transformer movies.
That's all.
Like the first one was amazing, but then once he got to Mark Wahlberg and Transformers, I was like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here! I'm not watching this."
So hold on a second. You're telling me you didn't like the Ninja Turtles movies that he did?
Well, he didn't direct them, and no, I didn't watch those either. No,
he didn't. He produced them. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. David wants John Woo flicks any day of the week.
Now, speaking of John Woo, did you guys catch Silent Night?
Nah. I watched the other one with David Harbour. And that was a piece of shit. I was like, there's no way I'm watching it. And this dude don't even talk. He don't even talk. I'm like, why the fuck am I going to watch this for?
I'll tell you this. That David Harbour Christmas movie was a hell of a lot fucking better than Rebel Moon. Okay?
Well, I like the actor. What's his name? The guy who played the new RoboCop. I forget his name.
He was in Suicide Squad. He was Joel Kinnaman. Yeah. Yes. It's funny because the day that dropped, I watched him in this movie called Informer, which was pretty dope. It's a really low-key movie. Really good flick. This movie, he don't talk. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Not at all. Not a single word is said in the whole movie.
Nothing.
Except for 12 words on the radio. And it's John Woo. And I don't know, man. They were trying to...
Were there doves?
I guess Yes, there were doves. And pigeons.
Why not?
We gotta have the pigeons. John Woo was all about the pigeons.
I think somebody who did John Wick produced it, and they try to make it another one of these like revenge kind of revenge movies. It did not work. Did not work.
No. You took my voice box.
Guys, we got people chiming in all day over here. I like this. All right. William, I knew Derek when he had full 80s hair. Way to be, baby. David goes back to John Woo. Bay has Bad Boys in The Rock. Snyder could never. Ooh.
The Rock by itself. Anything.
Rock was
Snyder on top of that.
Rock is dope.
What about the R-rated cut? You know what? It should have been R-rated cut from the beginning, Marvin.
I don't think I've ever seen the R-rated cut of The Rock.
No, R-rated cut
talking about something else.
Oh, Rebel Moon. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Patrick, you hear it? Catch it on the rewind. I don't think we can talk about it anymore. Michael Bay sucks as a writer, but he has good visual effects. Okay.
It sounds familiar.
Wait, is that Derek J's cousin? Yes! That's Derek, my brother from another mother.
My guy. Yo, that's Patrick?
That is Patrick.
Yo, Patrick, at least once a week, I'm like, yo, I want to chill with Jay and Patrick in Patrick's car, listen to some throwback soul music from the 70s. I think about that shit all the time. So next time I'm in New York, we're chilling, we're smoking a blunt because now it's legal out there. Jay can't because he still got to deliver that mail. But
you are.
They pissed us over there. But we're going to listen to some soul music in your car. That shit was badass.
Listen, you know what's funny? I'm going to lean on the best part. I was going to say Hollywood Shuffle. Jesus fucking Christ. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? And before Leo did that thing that became a meme, that right? Before he did that, right? He did the "My booze don't need nobody." Okay, when he was off with the acid tip cigarette. So that's I don't smoke because my booze don't need nobody, baby. All right, this is where I am.
Speaking of which, Jay, you just took a drink. Let's check up on the. See where we're at on the board.
Okay.
Let's see where we're at on the board. All right. Quick reload on the board. Oh, we had 206, guys.
Oh,
that's worth
the shot.
I'll drink.
Oh, guys, we're a half hour in. We're only half hour in, and we're already
25%, baby.
Woo!
25% of the way there. It's messed up that Ryan is only drinking Pepsi. It's not like he's.
I don't drink, man. What you want me to do?
I know, but you did. You know what's funny? We drank a lot during New York Comic Con, and
that was peer pressure, and
that was peer pressure for it. But guess who didn't get sick? Forget about COVID. Forget about RSV. Forget about anything else. Right? When it comes to comic book conventions, one of the biggest challenges for people when a convention is done is called con crud, right? And that's because, germs just pass on, right? And it could be the sniffles, it could just be a sore throat, it could be some congestion. But if you got some alcoholico down the way, you're gonna help eliminate it. Plus, a little bit of the liqueur is good for the feet when you're standing all day at a convention. So at 2:06, here we are, half hour in. 3 shots down. One for each 100 and one for Dad's birthday. Thank you.
Cheers.
I'll take no drink, but I want to know where you get your medical advice from.
I get it from Dr. Jack. Dr. Jack. We doing a shot? Yes, Cuzzo. We doing a shot, brother. Okay. Salute. It's my little cousin.
You got a lot of goddamn cousins.
I have a lot of goddamn cousins.
Puerto Rican. They don't pull out. Hey, puppy.
So Rodney, RJ, he's a cousin. He's more like a nephew because after my dad passed away, his dad came to live with us. He went to college here in New York, and while he was doing that, he took the role of my older brother. He took the role of, the father figure, the person giving me and my sister guidance when we needed it during a tough time. And all he had to do was be there, and that's all we needed him for. So Rodney and his dad are very special to me. And it feels so good to have this all come about because of comic books, guys, right? Yeah, we could talk about geek stuff. We could talk about, movie stuff, wrestling stuff, video game stuff, right? But for me, in particular, comic books just like bring all my worlds together. And I love being in it. I love doing it. I love being able to produce content like this. And, the book or the campaign is to fund the 5th issue of the series, right? And one of the cool things that we got to promote this book is something done by Champa Ramirez, and that was a nice little animatic. So you could go to the campaign and you could click on the play button.
Give me that full screen.
Shield of the Interceptor is the story of the last knight of Avalon, a modern-day hero who discovered the long-lost and forgotten Shield of Avalon and is trying to keep it out of the hands of those who use it for the wrong reasons. Now, we are looking to raise the money to print up issue number 5, but you can still pick up issues number 1 through 4. If you are in a position to do so, we'd love to have you help us reach our project goals. If not, can you please share it with those that you know are into comic books? Thanks for checking us out. Ooh, we had 26% of the goal, guys.
Dude, that video was awesome, man. Yo, Champa needs to do the entire cartoon and send that shit to Netflix.
I'd kill to have Champa do the whole cartoon.
Yo, that was badass, man. You know how long I've been wanting to see your characters come to life? And that was the closest it's come.
So do I, dude.
Dude, that's so dope.
I'm honored to have you have done that for us, brother. We got Damien coming back. Dr. Feelgood. Damn right we feeling good tonight, baby.
Yeah, 3 shots and he's already a sappy bastard.
That was freaking sweet. Yes, David. It's fucking cool to have that, man. You know what I mean? I didn't just get into comic books through comic books, right? Derek and I, we were born in 75, right? We're those 80s babies. And in the 80s, one of my favorite cartoons before G.I. Joe, before Transformers, was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. And that just, it didn't just introduce us to Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar. It introduced us to the X-Men. It introduced us to Captain America. It introduced us to Doctor Strange, to Namor, to the Green Goblin, Doctor Doom, right? And it showed us that there's this whole big tapestry woven in within Marvel comic books. And I just wanted to be a part of that ever since I was a kid. Since they didn't let me into their playground, I had to design my own, right? And one of the things that we've built up to is, let me show you this sweet ass motherfucking cover right here. Okay. The issue number 5. Look at this bad boy. All right. But this is not just any old cover. This is illustrated by Francesco Tomaselli. All right. And Francesco has done work for Marvel, DC, Image, Boom Studios. He is a professional cover artist, guys. He is the man. And Power Rangers, Transformers,
not the big guns.
Oh man,
and shout out to you and my guy over here for giving Jonathan Major some work. Look, that's nice.
You know what? Say what you want. I'll bring JM over. I have no fucking problem. Let's come on through, bro. Oh man, I it's not my place to talk about what happened during the case, right? If anything, the biggest downfall for Jonathan was letting that relationship go on for as long as it did. He could have gotten out, hopefully, times before, but sometimes you get sucked in, guys. You get sucked in,
He who remains in jail. I said that out loud. My bad. I'm sorry.
I was popping. That was an LOD pop of the night.
Sorry.
Oh shit!
Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Keep it moving. I'm sorry.
That's you got to check out. I don't think you can top that. I don't think you can top that for tonight.
That's it.
That's it for you, baby.
That was the moment of the night.
You got to leave him wanting more. You got to leave.
All right. Coming back to a few of the comments. Did you have a video game at one time? Yes, we did have a video game demo. It's still available. If anyone wants it, I have no problem giving you the download. It's only one level. You can play it on your PC, not on anything else, because we never got that far.
Send it to me.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'll send you a message or DM me or Ryan on Facebook, or send me a message through the Kickstarter. Calderon passed out, one too many shots. Calderon doesn't drink. Well, let's see how far I go.
Lightweight.
RJ, from teaching me about comic books for the first time I met you with Prime from Malibu to having your own universe, it's too cool. So that is a very deep cut. For those of you who don't know about Malibu's Ultraverse, when Image left, when the Image founders left Marvel, they utilized Malibu Comics to help them establish themselves in the direct distribution market. When they took off from Malibu, they were left holding the bag, but they had a ton of money from what they made off of those first Image issues. And what they did was started their own universe called the Ultraverse. It came out 92 to 95. And their title character was Prime. And that's what RJ was talking about. See, comic books, man.
Another deep cut. Yeah.
Some people know football stats, baseball stats, car stats. I know fucking comic book stats. I can't make money on comic book stats. I'm trying to make money with the comic books that I'm making, guys. I gotta. You gotta
try.
Right, so we talked about Rebel Moon. Has anybody seen anything special?
I've been watching old movies lately, so that's not a topic of discussion.
Old movies, okay.
Throw some stuff, rattle some stuff off.
All right. So Disney dropped Echo, the full series on Disney Plus. Pretty cool. If anybody watched the Hawkeye series, the character she was introduced in that series, I liked Hawkeye.
I did too. I dug it.
I loved again, deep cut. They went to Broadway, right? And when we were kids, they were promoting a Captain America Broadway play in the early 80s that never manifested. So for us to get that in the Hawkeye show was a great deep cut for people. But she debuted in that, and she was given 5 episodes. It's getting beaten up all through Rotten Tomatoes. I think it had like a 70% Rotten Tomato score, saying it's the lowest.
That's pretty good, though.
Scored Marvel thing ever. But the Echo series was pretty good, dude.
So explain to me. Well, don't ruin anything. Don't spoil anything for people. But
Okay.
I saw Kingpin in the promo.
Dude, Vincent D'Onofrio is the man. Oh my god, I felt he was lost as Kingpin because he would have made a fucking amazing Lex Luthor in anything. I mean, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, early 1980s John Byrne Lex Luthor was Vincent D'Onofrio. Yes, he's the Kingpin, but they walked hand in hand, guys. And the series was pretty cool. Vincent D'Onofrio again carried not just Echo, but any of those street level Marvel shows. Adds gravitas, adds credibility, adds depth. I mean, everything from.
So he had major role in this.
Oh, he had a major role.
Oh, so that's reason enough to watch it then.
So what's the point? What's the reason why it's scoring so low? I mean, people complain about the Skrulls. People complain about the Marvels. People complain about just about everything that's been put out there because rightfully so, it's dog shit. But now you get something more grounded, which is what I like. I like the grittiness. I like the more realism to it. You know, kind of like what Christopher Nolan introduced us to with his Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
But now they're shitting on this. Why? Where did they miss? What's the problem? He's shitting on this.
I think it's the whole you go woke, you go broke culture that's carrying over, because it was getting these scores. It was getting
because it had a female lead. People are shitting on it. That's it.
Yeah, the female lead, minority lead, and I don't know why, dude. It's short. It's 5 episodes.
So I plan on watching this, all right? And I've never watched the Netflix series. So to see D'Onofrio in Daredevil.
Daredevil was great. That one was great. The other is whatever.
Didn't watch those. I do have interest in the Punisher. Jay and I were talking about that earlier. But in this one here, I feel like there's so much D'Onofrio in it, and so much Kingpin, so much emphasis on that they took the liberty of saying, hey, let's surround it around her, who's an unknown character that nobody ever gave a shit about, instead of saying, hey, let's make it about Kingpin, and she's a part of that world, and we know that she's connected to him, but centering it on her might have been the big problem. I don't think it's got to do with ethnicity with a female lead. It's just a fucking throwaway character.
No, because you know what? They took the formula of the original Donner Superman movie, okay? You cast the lead as the villain. Same thing with Batman. All right, we knew who Michael Keaton was, but Jack Nicholson as the Joker was the draw. All right, you keep Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, as the villain, and you can experiment with the younger, untested actress. Right,
the villain is always more interesting anyway.
And
of course, but make the show title about the villain. Like they didn't call Superman Lex Luthor because of Gene Hackman. They didn't call Batman Joker because of Nicholson. So focus on D'Onofrio here. Call it King because nobody knows what an Echo is, especially if you're not.
Yeah, but they didn't call it Lex.
Hawkeye.
They didn't call it Lex Luthor. They called it Superman. They didn't call it Joker. They called it Batman.
Superman,
but those
Batman,
characters are very
Echo.
different from Echo.
Yes,
exactly.
big difference.
I got you, but Vincent D'Onofrio wasn't even marketed. You know, let's chime in with somebody.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry about that, guys. I mean, I had to take care of business, and then of course, after I'm done taking care of the business, the wife calls.
Oh,
hey,
that's the listen.
Well, she's in Miami, so I got to pick up the phone. So,
one of the guys chimed in over here. Okay, William. Echo was decent, and there was a good fight scene. Yeah, there was a damn good fight scene. The first episode did a 10-15 minute recap from her perspective of the Hawkeye series, which I thought was awesome because it got people up to speed. That's all you needed to know. And then they hit the ground running. They put her in her element and built up her supporting cast. If anyone watched the Watchmen TV series, and
that was great,
right?
Yeah,
so
the
very first episode of the Watchmen TV series, right? They tied in the unfortunate events of Black Wall Street, right? The Tulsa, Oklahoma
Yep.
massacre, and they wove it into the larger narrative of the series. That's one of the things Echo's doing, all right? And it's taking the Choctaw mythologies, and it's taking the Choctaw way of life, and it's taking the Choctaw. There were Rangers, there were Native American Rangers, and they were called the Light Horsemen, right? The same way we talk about the Buffalo Soldiers, right, during World War II. The same way we talk about the Borinqueños in World War II. The black community within that that fighting element, that the Puerto Rican community within that fighting element, right? The Choctaw, they were, that community within the fighting element of marshals, the policemen, I guess, of the West, and they introduced that in one of the episodes, right? It wasn't like it was beating you down. It was 5 minutes in the opening segment of that particular episode, but it introduced another part of history into the greater geek mythology. And I'm talking about it right now. How many times has that been talking about at any point ever? Right?
It's sad that this is how we get educated.
I know, dude.
Which is awesome when you usually say, listen, this is untapped material that we can use, and it's real stuff that we can use. But when you're selling a comic book movie, I want to see the comic book shit that I read. So now you're going way off.
But you didn't read her. You didn't read about her, right?
Exactly.
Because she was
so why does she have her own show? Look, I'm not trying to get nobody canceled.
From a business standpoint, you know what? Everybody's money is green. And if we're going to give you something to spend your money on, we're going to put it out there. And that's
but they're not coming out for it. So even though the money's green, if they're not willing to spend, so get this. And again, we've had this argument. I'm all about inclusivity. I think every race, nationality, everything should be in there, okay? But Marvel has gone so far off the path of this woke culture saying, hey, let's surround everything around women. During Endgame, while they're having that final battle with Thanos, they had this great shot where all the girls came together, they had that pose, they kicked ass. And they were doing that to see if there'd be any stimulation in a woman fan base, in a female fan base, to say, hey, let's sell more of that shit. But then they saw the success of Wonder Woman. Okay, when the Black Panther died, it only made sense to make the sister, but they're like, hey, fuck it, let's do the Marvels, let's put Thor's hammer in whatever the fuck the girlfriend's name was. They started going very heavy on the female aspect. The females aren't the ones who in the 90s and the 80s were reading comics and buying comics and playing with the action figures. They only like the cosplay action of it because it gets them some real life action of it. And again, I love the inclusivity, but if they're making so many female-centered movies, one, you're taking away from the main demographic that is spending the money, and where are all the females coming out to support that? You know what they supported? Barbie, because that's what they fucking did. They didn't play MCU. Not one fucking woman owned these little action figures. They didn't even make them because they had no interest. So you're targeting to a demographic that don't give a fuck. So why would you do that? And now I'm turning away. I ain't watching.
For right now, you think they don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna add yet to it because you're a wrestling guy. You are the wrestling guy. You're my go-to wrestling guy. All right. In the 80s, we grew up. Medusa, Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah. All right. It did not take off. In the 90s, the edgy WWF kicked off the Diva. Right.
I know where you're going with this, but I'm going to shoot your shit down. Just be prepared.
The day in both WWE and AEW, women's wrestling is a focal point, not a side attraction to the greater narrative.
100%.
If
but
it
did
wasn't,
they cancel Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown to give them their own show? No, because nobody would tune in. And then what they do, they end up losing the male demographic. Like, I ain't signing up for this shit. The women's wrestling is phenomenal. I love it. Sometimes it's better than the men. But if you made it predominantly about that, I'm like, where's the shit that I actually want to see? And I'm not saying it's got to be male dominated. What I'm saying is that's what I grew up watching. That's what brought my fascination. When you start taking that away, now you lose my attention and my money.
Okay, hold on a second. They don't
wait, so hold on. Are you telling me you're not interested in the new Ray movie?
Get the fuck out of here. And when that bitch came out, and I'm sorry I called her a bitch, but when she was like, "It's about time there's a female director," bitch, shut it the fuck down. I want to hear it.
Well, you know,
She caught so much heat just for saying that. And Kathleen Kennedy like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I gave you a job."
dude. Tetris was one of the greatest selling video games of all time because
Got
women
no
were
dick.
playing
What are you talking
Tetris.
about?
They weren't playing Excitebike. They weren't playing Russian Attack. They weren't playing NBA Live. They were playing.
But there was no gender on there. You didn't take a male Tetris and cut the dick off like, "Hey, we transitioned into a female version." That didn't happen. It didn't happen. So you've been in Florida with something.
Too long, Derek.
Listen, I'm just saying, you're taking something that you guaranteed. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all the man, all right? I'm not saying that, and again, I want women to have their day. But if they're not coming out to see it, now I'm not going to go see that either. I'm not going to go fucking go watch Iron Man because, now you're gonna shove this shit down my throat just to be inclusive. When the women want it, they'll get it.
Let me say something real quick.
Go.
It's not made for you. So whether you take it as a slight or not, it's not made for you.
Uh-huh.
So you don't have to go see it, and if nobody goes to see it, then nothing happens. You don't lose anything by letting them make those things for other people. Maybe it's not for me. Doesn't mean I'm not for it being made. I'm not against it existing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be made for you in order for it to be important, and it doesn't necessarily have to be successful for it to be important. It just has to exist. So you say you're for the inclusion and for the, representation. So just let it be. And if it fails, no skin off your back, right? Because none of it has
whatsoever.
To do with it.
And you
so
know,
don't
Daniel Tosh has this great comedy bit. He's like, when a guy says a joke, he's a misogynist. He's an asshole. When a woman says it, they're empowering, and the crowds are a lot smaller. That's what's happening here. That they're doing this for, hey, we can get their money too, but ain't nobody seeing it. And that's the problem. Look, you think anybody's gonna see Madam Web?
They gotta keep making it though.
That's pure. Listen, we're not gonna invoke that. That's just gonna be a bad movie.
They gotta keep making it.
We know that right from the
beginning. Because if you don't keep making it, then nobody will want to try and make it better. Okay. And then you'll never get something good.
And I agree. I'm just saying is that like when you put out Wonder Woman was an established character. That character meant so much to so many men and women. When you put it out there, she's the empowerment of what women should be. They're like, ooh, that worked. Who else we got with titties? Bring her into it. We're gonna give her a movie. But then they're like, who is this? They didn't have to say that. And granted, look, they did that with Guardians of the Galaxy. They were nobody comics that nobody ever fucking read. They made something of it. But how many times are you gonna hit gold? And it's rare.
Well, that's only James Gunn that can do that. Is pull a fucking character and make a movie.
If I could chime in, here's the thing. It all relies on one thing and one thing only: good stories. Right? I just watched Alien and Aliens back to back over the last 2 nights.
Fucking phenomenal.
Ripley is the main character, especially in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Oh, I agree.
Incredible.
Sarah Connor and Terminator. There's so many great women films, women empowerment and led films.
Exactly. All it requires a good story.
Right. I like the Black Widow movie. A lot of people didn't. I like the Black Widow movie. I liked Red Sparrow. I liked Salt. I liked Atomic Blonde. I like Old Guard. All right. I like Charlize Theron does it for me. Okay.
Yes.
So what is it? Just by ipso facto, what did it say? I want to see Furiosa. I do because Anya Taylor-Joy. She's all right. She's kicking up. Her stock is going up. But
look, and again, I'm not trying to make this man versus. I swear to God, I'm not trying to. What I'm trying to say is that comic book movies, there was never an interest for women. When Michael Keaton's Batman first came out in '89, women weren't flocking in the movie to see it. When Christopher Reeve, they weren't. They went because she looked at her man. She's like, "Yo, you want to go to the movie tonight? At least he's taking me out. Fuck it. What do you want to see?" And that's what they did. They didn't go on their own and have a good, like, all right, I just, this past week, reluctantly, but I did it for my daughter. I went to go see the new Mean Girls movie. That movie was the drizzling shits because it was based on the Broadway version, not a reboot of the original Tina Fey version, even though Tina Fey was involved. All right? But all the girls came out. I dressed in pink because they were like, oh, you wear pink on Wednesday. So you know what? I went with the flow to support a women movie. I loved Barbie. Barbie was fucking awesome and what it did for women. But now you're forcing that down people who grew up on Marvel Comics, and they didn't read those fucking comics.
They sent you a bill for that movie before you went? Or you bought those tickets on your own?
Oh, dude, I had a gift card like Jay, and my daughter was like, from Mean Girls. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Listen, man, I saw Barbie on
support
HBO.
it.
Yo,
But
I
hold on,
bill in the mail.
we got a bunch of comments
tickets
here.
for Barbie, and I was
They
pissed.
fucking hated me now. They're like, yo, cut his dick off and get him out of here.
Let me acknowledge some of the people here that have been shouting us out here. All right, so we go back to Champe. Then it should have been named Kingpin and not Echo. Listen, I was okay with it.
That's what we're saying.
William, Echo was decent. Okay, did he fight scene? Yes, the
God
was Money in the
damn it.
Bank. No, it was good.
Spoilers.
Marvel's What If was pretty good also. I did like What If. I'm a cartoon head. I don't know if anybody else. Calderon, you saw What If?
Not yet, no.
You know,
I didn't. I wasn't a big fan of the first season, so I was gonna sit out the second season. But if the second season is better, maybe I'll check it out.
I liked it.
Did you hear the rumor of this? Now they're considering a fucking Star Wars What If.
They already do it. Star Wars Visions.
Well, I thought
TV
it was
show?
those. I thought it was those last 3 movies.
Yeah, I go on record to say Rise of Skywalker is a massive piece of shit. I'll watch Jar Jar. I'll watch Jar Jar Binks' origin story over that movie.
All right, Echo was good. Here you go. We don't talk about Wonder Woman. Leave her alone, I guess. I don't know. Patrick thinks Derek is absolutely correct. Derek, we have Bionic Woman and Wonder Woman. Okay.
Yo, Lindsay Wagner gets it.
Wrestling.
David,
Derek refused to watch Glow Wrestling when it came out. I watched it. The girls are hot.
For the record, Jay sold me on it today. I might have to go back and catch it.
Well, did you see the show that was on Netflix?
Which
one? Wrestlers?
No, the Glow. What was it?
Glow? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, no, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah. That was fun. It's a shame they never finished it though.
I know.
But you know, I had one of the channels, but I wouldn't watch that show Heels. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No. Heels was shitty. Jane Foster as the Mighty Thor was huge from 2014 to 2019 on the Jason Aaron run. The Mighty Thor #1 is the sixth best selling comic book in 2014. Thor 1 through 5 sold over 100,000 copies, which is hard to do nowadays. More than Thor, the Thor Odin's Son title, the main male Thor. Love and Thunder had too many characters and lack of focus.
All right, so let's talk about that in a minute. Now, and again, I am not a comic guy, but the fact that she was dealing with cancer and
was part of the comic book story,
which was part of it, and that's a good, compelling story. How she battled through it and she found the strength. I would buy that and I would read that too. They didn't do that in the movie. They didn't.
Yes,
they also used Christian Bale and wasted his talent.
Of course.
Like Gore the God Butcher. How many gods did he butcher? How many gods did we see him butcher?
Well, they discuss it.
Yeah, they talk about it in the background.
He was babysitting a daycare in the fucking War of the Worlds egg. That's all he did.
Yes,
look.
Yes, and then
had they told that story from the comics, that could have been a better film that everybody could have enjoyed. And made her even stronger and empowering for somebody who's that sick and fighting as a warrior through her sickness to battle it, and then telling a love story as well. There's so much meat on that bone.
Well, we already know Taika did not care about #4.
He didn't care about that movie. Yeah,
he was in it for a paycheck, and he was smashing both Rita Ora and Valkyrie at the same time.
Isn't that the time where he asked Natalie Portman, "Hey, you want to be in a Star Wars movie?"
And she was already in it.
And she's like, "Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah.
Very
female-driven of late, other than Mando. Yes, Ahsoka was there.
All right, you know what? Let me do you one better because I don't want to make the scene about male and female. Let's talk about age, all right? I have a statistic here that I want to share with you. This is from Screen Rant, all right? Their headline was, "Alarming, the Marvel statistics sets up huge problem for the young Avengers. Viewership data reveals a concerning data point. Only 19% of the Marvel's viewers during opening weekend were between the ages of 18 to 24. 13 to 17 accounted for 8%. This is not a good sign for the Young Avengers movie aimed at that generation. Again, we are trying to force feed little children to get their parents to drive to the theater on something they don't know nothing about. And then you get shit like Miss Marvel, The Marvels, whatever other garbage you're going to put out there. What, you telling me that was good shit?
No, I'm just listening to you.
I'm just saying, know your fucking audience. You had them for 15 years, and the money's just rolling in. And the minute you go off to her act to try to cater to everybody else, you shit the bed.
All right. Okay. All right. You know what's not shit in the
Jay's,
bed?
I thought I was bad at math. He's trying to figure it out in his head.
No. I'm trying to find a very interesting segue to show you that my book is not shit in the bed. Okay.
Which one?
You know, we're an hour in. We're almost at $300.
That's a shot.
Nice.
I'd drink to that.
That's
close.
a shot. Okay. We got 14 people here. You know what? When we get to 15, what we're gonna do is we're going to raffle off the first set of holochrome trading cards. Okay. So one more physical backer, and we'll give this set for free to anyone who is backing us tonight. So people who are backing us within the first 24 hours are going to be able to get a ton of fucking shit. Let me just show you some of the things that you can get back here in this campaign. Okay. And what we're looking at is Shield of the Interceptor number 5. We already showed the video. All right. You can find out what it's about. Here is our cover by Francesco Tomaselli. This is the Free Wizard magazine homage cover, which is a holochrome card, excuse me. Then this is the card for returning backers. All right. One of the other things you can get are the first 4 issues. So there's issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4. You can also get your hands on the Storm Chaser number 5, which features the very first appearance of the Interceptor. Unstoppable Origins number 1, which has the origin of the Interceptor and how he found the shield. Then we also have the official character guide of Unstoppable Comics, volume number 1, which gives you the biographies, stats, power sets, origins of some of the characters in the Unstoppable Comics universe, and quite a few from Shield of the Interceptor. So it's a great companion piece, not just the book, right? Here's some of the preview pages. This book was illustrated by Andres Barrero, and he illustrated issues number 3 and number 4. So that's a quick look. Here's the people that are on the creative team. Myself, I wrote it. Andres is the illustrator. Champe is the colorist. My wife is doing the word balloon. She's the letterer. And Francesco Tomaselli is the colorist. The cover artist. You can also pick up the trading cards that we have been building up over the course of all of our campaigns. Little by little, with stretch goals, we have added more and more trading cards to the set. So if you have not picked up any of the cards at any other time, you can grab the entire ever-expanding set. Currently, there's about 48 cards, and that question mark over here means that there's another one coming, or maybe more than just one. But we got to hit those stretch goals. They'll be announced after we have hit our funding goal. Here are the holochrome cards, which I've been showing you. So if you are buying the trading card set, you can get the holochrome cards. Now, there's some people out there who are trying to save on space, and I get that, right? But you want to read our books, and this is a great value here. You can buy the entire Unstoppable Comics digital catalog. That's about 27, 28 books, okay, for about $60. So you're saving more than $20 by just getting the digital set. Now, here is where we're doing something nice. We got a brand new t-shirt here, folks. All right.
It's about damn time.
We got the Interceptor challenging the villain who ended up showing up in the first 2 issues. So that pays respect to that first story arc of Shield of the Interceptor. Then we've got t-shirt B, which is the one that I am wearing right now. And then we got t-shirt C, the one that Ryan is wearing right now. So you can get any of those. You can get more than one. Some of the other things you can get in this are any single issue. You can get all 5 digital issues. You can get all the number 1 issues from Unstoppable Comics digitally. So you don't have to buy the whole set, the entire catalog that we're talking about. You can get just the first digital issues. Then you can get the Shield of the Interceptor all in print. There's the T-shirt I was talking about. Here's our trading card set. Then we have, again, the single issues in print. The entire digital catalog that I was talking about. The Essential Interceptor. So those are the books that I was highlighting before. So it's issues 1 through 5. It is Storm Chasers number 5, which is the Interceptor's first appearance. It is Unstoppable Origins number 1, which has his origin story. And it is the character guide. So that's everything here in the Essential Interceptor. So that's all of his key stuff. And then we have the Unstoppable Interceptor pack. This will have Shield of the Interceptor number 1 through 5. It has the trading card set. It has Storm Chasers number 5. It has Unstoppable Origins number 4. It has the character guide. And here's one little thing that if you came to hang out with us at New York Comic Con, we had it, and that was this here pin, folks. It's a hard enamel pin, all right, and it is of the Shield from Shield of the Interceptor. Now, guess what? This is also something we're going to be raffling off tonight, okay? And if people do want it, I can add it as it's in the add-on items, so you can pick it up and add it to any reward package. But we're also going to be raffling off one of these bad boys tonight, folks. You know what?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
So where are we at? Did we get to 15 backers yet? We didn't get to 50 backers.
Hey, if you hit $500 tonight, I'll shut the fuck up and watch all the female movies next week. Come back with a full report.
I want to see you in Miss Marvel cosplay next week.
Yo, if we hit $500, I'll do it. No joke.
So while we were talking a lot, let's get to a few more of the comments.
Maybe 1,000.
Okay. Star Wars has been female driven of late, other than Mando. Prey was a good movie. Yes. If anybody saw Prey,
Prey was, I enjoyed Prey. Yes.
Was that the Predator movie?
That was fucking awesome.
That was dope. That was a good movie. That was very smart.
Awesome.
Yep.
Here we go. David chiming in again. But then again, we had movies like Heathers, The Craft, that were female driven and good.
Yo, Dave, I watched Heathers the other night. That movie does not hold up at all. I don't know how it held up back then, but that movie sucks.
You know what? That was a pre-Tide Pod because Christian Slater got girls to drink bleach in that flick. And then a lot of this younger generation is now buying manga over traditional comics. Marvel and DC have stated producing manga books to get them interested in their product. Yeah.
So they're converting their old stories to manga to gear towards a new generation, or they're just telling new stories in manga?
I don't know.
I think it's a great strategy.
They're doing a combination of things. One of the things is to rescale and resize the stuff so it's closer to that format, because that's part of it. The other portion, because also the thing is with that formatting is cheaper because it's less expensive to print, it's less expensive to ship, and if they print it on newsprint or something comparable, it's the weight on it they're actually very light, so it is cheaper to ship it. The other thing they're doing is they've already licensed out, I think, Spider-Man to a manga, and they're producing a manga of Spider-Man. DC has like Batman and the Joker and all this other stuff.
And that's selling good for them, for DC?
I think it's doing well in Japan. I think it's doing well over here. As far as what the numbers are, I have no idea. But they're moving forward with it. So,
Jay, you need some manga, whatever they call it.
Yeah. You know what? When I try to chase the cart, I end up screwing everything else up. But earlier today, I was talking about our cover artist for issue number 5, Francesco Tomaselli, right? Let me show everybody some of the stuff that he has done. All right, that's his Green Lantern cover there, folks.
Oh, nice.
Drop the
All right.
Gangster pose.
Did I lose it? Right. That is that. Then we got his Superman cover.
Wow.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but this guy over here, Superman's face looks like the guy who was in Baby Driver that was also in Mad Men. What's his name?
Ansel Elgort.
Oh, John Hamm.
John Hamm. That looks like John Hamm Superman.
I think he looks like a madman in the Clark Kent suit.
Yeah, look at that.
No, nailed it.
Yeah. He also did Darkwing Duck's Justice Ducks cover. Yeah,
love Darkwing.
Dude, this guy's talented. Oh shit!
This was one of the exclusives for New York Comic Con. So if anybody got their hands on it, they're looking at a pretty good flip. That's a hell of an Optimus Prime cover.
Yo, that's a badass Prime.
All right, that's his work for Images.
That is tiny.
Boomsters, my Barbarians.
Okay.
That is his Power Rangers cover. So for all of you Power Rangers fans, Francesco is an alumni now by having done one of their covers. And there's his King Spawn cover.
Very cool.
There's another Spawn cover. Oh, and that's our Wizard card, folks.
Hey, who these?
Free for anyone who is backing us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, that looks dope. He's a very talented artist. I'm very excited to see what he does with Unstoppable
I'm
Comics.
psyched that he did that. You know what I mean?
That's so cool.
That is fucking good shit. Here we got RJ. Superman has a new manga with a slice of life with Superman traveling to Japan to eat Japanese food. Okay. Justice League
get the watery shits.
has been on Shonen Jump for the past couple of years. Okay, I didn't know that. And then we got Michael. Michael, what's up, brother? Congratulations on the launch. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Michael's been a supporter of us and many indie comics out there. Folks, we shit.
Raffle the shit off already, man.
Did you hit?
Yes, I agree with Ryan. Just raffle it, you cheap bastard.
Yes.
Yeah, what they want.
So we're at 15 backers. Okay. So we're gonna set the random number generator from 1 to 15. Okay.
Where's the drum roll at? I got headphones.
Do I get a drum roll? Do I get a drum roll? What the fuck was that? All right, here we go.
That's me doing the drum roll on my AirPod.
Here we go. No whammy, 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 and stop. Bing.
Employees of Unstoppable Comics are not eligible to win prizes.
They are tonight because they put their money where my mouth is. So, backer number 2.
I don't want my money anywhere near your fucking mouth.
It's a lot of money to fill that one.
2. Let's find out who backer number 2 is, folks. All right, we're going to go right back here to the campaign. We hit 15 backers. We broke the 300 threshold. So
yes.
$193.
Okay, another shot.
You will force Derek Gordon to watch all of those female-driven flicks.
No. I said at 500, 1,000, I'll dress up as Miss Marvel.
At 1,000, you'll dress up as Miss Marvel. And back at number 2, JD Calderon. What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had to win it at one time.
Mr. Calderon gets his hand on all of these 4 things right here, folks. All right,
you know
baby.
what? Do it again. Give it to somebody else. I already have the set.
I think that's fair.
Okay,
give it to somebody. I'm serious.
Right.
I mean, give it to
so
somebody.
Generous. That's so gracious.
Besides, he owes me a full set anyway. He owes.
You don't want nobody to say this. The game is rigged.
Yeah, exactly.
Work.
Okay.
And when he doesn't ship them, he saves money on them.
Right.
We go back to the random number generator. All right. First time this happening, we're still at 1 and 15. And here we go. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. And stop. Number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Number 7. Number 7. All right. Here we go. I do need a producer for this show. So we're going to kill that part of the screen.
Yeah, don't
Just
forget
check
that
the
tomorrow
list
night.
before you pop it up on the screen, Jay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Stop a screen. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to stop making fun of you when you're producing your shows. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So backer number 7. Backer number 7 is.
Who
Do it
is
again.
it, Ryan?
That's why I told you to not show the screen, man.
7 was Ryan. Oh no! Look at this.
We're gonna have to do it one more time.
Unlike you, JD, I don't have the cards, so I still need some shipped to me.
Oh,
Gotcha,
shit.
gotcha.
Okay, so you know what? He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. But one more time, we're gonna do this. All right,
Gotta
so
give it to somebody who's not on screen, man.
I'm just
They gotta
giving away
go.
3 motherfucking sets.
Look,
Jared, you're up
RJ,
next.
For the record,
RJ
I'm not
said-
backing it yet.
RJ says it's fixed.
All right. Here we go back. Here we go back. Here we
Glenda,
go.
you
folks.
won.
All right. No whammy. No motherfucking whammy. No whammy and no whammy. And stop. Number 9.
That better not be your
9.
sister.
Could not be your sister or your wife, bro.
Here we go. Here we go. All right. We're going to show who's number 9. Look at number 9 is none other than Damon and Penny Griffin.
There we go.
There
Yeah,
you go.
all right. Give it up for Damon and Penny.
There you go.
Damon Penny, you will be winning this set right here of 4 holochrome trading cards. Anybody else wants to buy this set as an add-on? It's going to be $20, and you get yours for free. You know what? I'm gonna fuck it. I'm feeling good. It's Dad's birthday. We're gonna give away some more shit. You know what, Damon? I'm gonna add the hard enamel pin to that right there, brother.
That's a badass
Nice.
pin, though.
So
That's a
now
badass pin.
$30 value.
And those cards are money, dude. Those cards, I like it a lot.
That's a $30
I should back
value.
this shit.
I will be waiting for my goddamn card. I mean it. I want my card.
You're gonna have to pick that shit up, son.
And I know we're an hour and a half in, but just
Yeah.
to get on my original point of being generous and backing this thing, when was the last time Kevin Feige sent you some shit like this? When was the last time RDJ sent you some shit like this? Come on,
boy.
for real. This is true fan engagement. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, they also show up at children's hospitals and stuff. I just
Well, then get into a fucking hospital. I don't know, dude.
Feige does?
all right. So let's check out some of these comments over here. We said Michael said congratulations. Thank you, Michael. David, it says time for shots. Shit, we got
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we broke 3. RJ wants a recount. He says it's fixed. And William
Definitely
says
fixed.
somehow Dirk wins and he didn't even back it. All right. God damn it. I'm gonna die tonight, guys. Dad, I'm coming, Daddy. All right. So we talked about Rebel Moon. We talked about Echo. What else are we gonna?
What else you guys watching?
What else we got on the docket here, guys?
Did
I want
anybody
real
see
movies.
Godzilla -0?
I've been wanting to see that, man. I hear great things about it.
It's a
Yeah,
good
I wanna see
movie.
that.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
It's not
I hear like
streaming
the
yet,
best
right?
thing is like the human factor in it, which the
Yes.
Godzilla vs Kong doesn't have. And
Yeah.
I'm really interested. I just can't find a good spot to find the
God-
that's playing it out here.
Yeah. In this
Godzilla
movie,
versus Kong.
Godzilla's a force of nature. That's what it is. He's
Okay.
he could be a storm, he could be a tornado. I mean,
Mhm.
that's his role in the movie. But the role is really about the people
Yeah,
in the film.
that's pretty
So,
dope,
yeah.
man. I've heard nothing but great things. It's on a lot of top 10 lists, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely in if I can find it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not out streaming yet. I don't think so.
No.
Can't pirate it yet.
But let me see. I caught Reacher recently.
Reacher's been good.
That's been pretty good.
There's a lot of buzz with that guy to play Batman.
I was just gonna say that. What do you got? Where you guys stand on that? I'm in.
He's
I like him.
too beefy for Batman. Super
Yeah,
Is
beefy.
he
he's a
though?
little
Like
too
half,
big, yeah.
half of the Batman are that beefy in the comics. And
How do you
some of the
move?
animated
Batman's supposed to be
features.
a fighter. Yeah, big
Yeah,
guys
he's
like
supposed
that.
to be
are not-
ninja-like, but still, like, he's definitely no Robert Pattinson. I'll tell you that.
yeah, no, definitely not. But I want my Batman a little bit more svelte. You know what
I'm
I'm
guessing the
saying?
consensus is that we don't like emo Batman.
I like the movie.
Yeah, I did too.
Mm.
Third act
I
was
don't
a little
know.
long, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
Wait, so you're talking about the Robert Pattinson movie?
Yeah.
Listen,
The
that
movie was
that
good.
director could have stuffed anybody in that costume because that was a director's movie. That if you watch that movie, anyone could have been in that. I could have been in that costume. It wouldn't matter.
No, you wouldn't know.
Mhm.
I wouldn't fit in the costume, but that's besides the point.
How would the cowl work with my beard? You think I'd get away with it?
I think so.
It would just be straight black.
You know what? You'd be David Harbour in Black Widow. Did you see when he put on his Russian Captain America? Russian Captain. When he put on his costume, he had the fucking beard coming through the mask. He was like, "Fits." It's good.
So it was a joke. Okay, I got you. I'll look like a joke. All right.
But look, Reacher's been kicking butt. I like it. They're already starting to film season 3.
Oh,
aren't they supposed to drop? Speaking of the Batman, aren't they supposed to drop the Penguin TV show? That's supposed to be
this year, right?
Colin Farrell.
That's the thing. Everybody's talking about the female empowerment, that you're not going to support that. I don't want to fucking see the Penguin thing.
Why
Just
not?
like I don't want to see the fucking Joker thing.
Oh, dude,
I don't know
Joker thing.
Yeah. I don't know about
what did you not like about the Joker?
What did I like about the Joker? The Joker is a force of nature. The Joker did not need to be explained. It did not need to be Mr. Saturday Night. It did not need to be.
I will say that the Joker needs Batman. Like, they have to be together, one way or another. So this Joker, having been years before, 20 years before Batman, does not make sense to me.
Right.
My favorite Joker is Killing Joke Joker, but obviously that's an origin, right? He has an origin there, but he does not exist without Batman to me. So why? I don't know. Like, it was a good movie, but I don't know if that's necessarily the Joker that I would like to see.
See, I took something else out of that. Like, I appreciated it. I was confused the fact that Bruce Wayne was a little kid, a little tot, and you're dealing with this Joker. And you're right, Batman and Joker are like fucking ham and eggs. So it's like, But what I liked about it was that the realism of them taking somebody with mental health issues and how society turns them into a villain. And that realism was so fucking. It was they nailed it.
You could have told that story without the Joker.
You can, but at the same time, taking Joker and using that character, and then having the inspiration of Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver, really just like brought that realism that it could happen. Like, I could see somebody losing their fucking mind and just wanting to take out their vengeance on society for the way they've been treated. Now, this next one's a musical. I'm concerned, but I'm all in for it because I love Todd Phillips and I love Joaquin Phoenix. For it.
And you know what? In Taxi Driver and in Falling Down, the protagonist, because they weren't the hero, the protagonist got their comeuppance at the end of the movie. The protagonist did not get the comeuppance in the Joker.
Did it even happen in the Joker?
I don't know. Right, Calderon, though, you were going to say
that's
something?
one of the theories, right?
I was gonna say it'd be really interesting if they pull up the 1968 version of Batman to fight this current version of Joker. I think that would make a great movie.
Cesar Romero?
No, the current what was his Phoenix against Joaquin Phoenix with the 1968 Batman. I think that would be funny because I think he could bat spray him and win the fight. Maybe pull out.
I can't believe I went for that. I like the Cesar Romero fucking Joker.
I like Cesar Romero.
Latino Joker, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Yo, he had the little pimp stash. He had the switchblade. He said, "What you want, motherfucker? You want some shit?" And I was like, "Oh, I like that."
He needed the pimp stash for his boyfriends. Whatchamacallit? But I like that. I like the Jack Nicholson Joker. I like the Heath Ledger Joker. I even like the Suicide Squad Joker.
I like the concept art. I didn't like the execution. When I saw Jared Leto tatted out, and I was like, okay, that's complete. Because you're coming off Heath. Heath just won an Oscar. That's one of the most iconic Jokers ever, if not the benchmark of Joker. And then you're like, oh, man, I got to follow that. But they went different. They went pimp Joker. And I was like, oh, all right, I'll check it out.
Pimp Joker, or they went punk Joker, right? Because if Heath Ledger was anarchist Joker, he was punk Joker. And the one thing that really sold
not
me
even punk,
Joker,
rock, yeah.
Okay.
Rock star Joker.
Right, because we had Sid Vicious. If Heath Ledger was the Sid Vicious anarchist Joker, he was almost a David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust Joker, right? Jared Leto, in my opinion. But the one thing that sold me was that tattoo of the laughing, that smile on his face, on his hand.
Oh, yeah.
And when he put it over Common's mouth, right? That was a signal like you were going to die, and everybody knows, right? Whenever the Joker killed somebody in the comic books with the laughing gas, they died laughing, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that element was a very nice twist. It didn't win for everybody,
but that was like a morsel of
yeah.
the entire mess that was that.
You see, I don't think that they explored him enough in Suicide Squad. So I would always be curious to see the Ayers cut, which we're never going to get the Ayers cut released.
No.
But I'd like to deep dive into that Joker and understand what made him tick. We never got there.
And we never will, because that whole universe is gone.
What do you think of talking about Matt Reeves' Batman? What do you think of the potential of seeing Barry Keoghan's Joker? We got a little glimpse of him, I guess, in the deleted scene from the Batman. But this is the Joker that I guess. Again, I'm not a comic guy, so you guys correct me if I'm wrong. That he took off his face and had it sewn back on. I think that's the Joker we're getting.
Spider Run. Unfortunately, in my opinion, Saltburn did not do what it needed to do for Barry Keoghan's career, so they're not going to push him.
Not financially, but critically, it did.
Critically, he got nominated for a Golden Globe.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
And had it come out earlier, I think I would have probably won more.
And I think he's already tied into the next Batman anyway.
I don't know. Is he?
So they say.
I don't know.
They say a lot.
It's so disjointed. It.
They did announce the cast for the new Superman, though. Superman Legacy.
What do you think of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor?
I like Nicholas Hoult. I like him too. I don't know how.
I like Nicholas Hoult, just not as the Joker.
Do you think he'll be better than Jesse Eisenberg?
Lex Luthor.
I was interested to see more of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
No, because I don't like Jesse Eisenberg.
But I'm thinking just to recreate Lex Luthor, the character from modern day, you make him a tech geek, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. Modern. I don't know what route they're gonna go with this new guy with Nicholas Hoult, but I was curious to see what more they could have done with Jesse Eisenberg.
I think the Eisenberg Lex Luthor didn't have the charisma that you would need for Lex Luthor, and I think Nicholas Hoult does have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe not the full on tech geek Facebook bro that.
To me that was interesting.
He was a little too neurotic. He was a little too neurotic,
right?
And that's what I don't think fit with Lex Luthor.
It's like he brought over the Mark Zuckerberg from the social network. He's like, I want to do that. Just shave my fucking head.
Lex Zuckerberg, Mark Luther. But Nicholas Holt's cool. I like him in almost everything he does. Even
that's
catch
a
Renfield.
cool name, Lex Zuckerberg. I'm with that. I'm totally with that.
Doesn't he have a podcast? Anyway, Renfield. Nicholas Hoult was good in Renfield.
I like Renfield.
Oh my God, that was fucking funny. Hell yeah, that was low key good.
Renfield. Yeah, that was another movie I saw. It didn't make my top 5 this year, but I liked it.
It was fun. It was good.
I liked it.
And Nicolas Cage got to be, nuts. So
all right. Between the three of you guys, Calderon, I'm gonna start with you. What was your top 3 favorite movies of the year?
Ooh.
Oh shit! I forget what even came out last year.
Well, hold on. The thing is it's in no order is The Boy and His Heron, Godzilla -1, and wow, what else did I see? That even I don't know. Those are the only 2 movies that I remember.
Okay.
That came out in 2023.
Okay.
See, I'm much easier. I like good, fun action movies. Yes. They don't have to be deep. They don't have to be profound. I liked John Wick 4.
Yes.
It was a great romp.
Okay. Yes. John Wick 4. Yes. There you go. That would make my list.
The Mission Impossible that came out last year.
I didn't even see it. Okay.
What else came out?
I had problems with that one. I
it's
felt like
fun. It's not. It wasn't coherent, but it was fun.
Right, coherent. That's a perfect word to put it. Yeah, that's exactly why I was like,
This is how they
they're in the nightclub. They're like, the whole thing is AI. I'm like, oh, fuck you. I'm not watching this.
This is what they did. They're like, all right, what kind of stunts haven't we done yet that we can shoehorn into a movie? So, you guys don't play video games, but there's a game called Uncharted, which is
I know it. Yeah.
It's basically based on Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, right? Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
God, I saw Uncharted this year. It came out this year or last year?
That came out 2 years ago, I think. Didn't
Oh,
it?
okay, thank God.
No, yeah, it came out last year. You're right, February. Yeah,
Mhm.
with Mark
Shit.
Wahlberg and
And
Spider-Man.
Tom
Holland.
Yeah.
Holland.
It was a terrible movie, but the games
Yeah.
were good.
Yeah.
So they went back to the games to take, you know, that train sequence in Mission Impossible where the train
Mhm.
is falling. That's
Yeah.
straight ripped from the video game, which is why they tried to do it
Oh,
in the
really? Okay.
movie Uncharted, where the train's falling out of the cars are falling out of the plane or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, Tom Cruise
I-
does these things way better because they're all practical. All the effects are
I
practical.
thought Christopher McQuarrie stole the train sequence from an old Buster Keaton movie, and they were trying to do that and make it
then
practical as well.
the game may have stolen it from there. But
Okay.
if you actually play the game, it's more like the Mission Impossible movie than the actual Uncharted movie. Either way,
Okay.
anyway, the reason I like those big action, kind of fun, mindless kind of things. I know there's something else that came out last year, and I can't remember.
All right, I'll give you my.
When did
list.
Top Gun come out?
Last summer.
I don't know.
Not this
Okay,
summer,
so-
the summer before.
You got to put an asterisk next to Top Gun like 61. You really do.
Well, I
What?
like Top
Why?
Gun. We'll put that one too.
Because it was
'Cause
supposed to come out before the
3 years
pandemic, but
ago.
he held it
Yeah.
back. And then he held it back.
He waited until theaters are open. He's like, I'm not putting this out for you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It
assholes to
wasn't
watch
this. It
on
was
your
the
couch."
summer before where they said Tom Cruise saved the movie industry by
Oh,
releasing
so that was
Top Gun.
22 then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
no.
All right.
All right. So
Jared,
I'll
what are
give
your
you
top three?
top three. See, I don't have them in particular
I'm
order. So
saying
I'll
three,
run them.
baby. Three.
Three.
I gotta find what else came out.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Spider-Verse. I have to because I
Okay.
just fucking thought it was great. But you know me,
That's-
I don't like counting cartoons as movies, even though they are. And
Hey,
it's
don't
I
you
like.
fucking
I
dare.
know, but I'm just saying. Like I want to talk live action.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna throw a couple out here that I think people it's worth to watch. One, The Creator with John
Okay.
David Washington. Thought
I
that was an
like
excellent
that one.
film.
That one was good.
Yeah.
I felt like a little
undercooked.
undercooked, but it was.
Yeah, it was like it could have been a lot more, but there was enough there for me to say, there was.
Yeah.
And it's also I forget who Gareth. I think it was Gareth Edwards, the guy who directed Star Wars Rogue One, and I feel like it had that vibe to it too. So I really
Oh, he
enjoyed it. I
directed-
love Rogue
he
One.
directed
Yeah, he
the-
directed it.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
There's a horror movie that came out from A24 called Talk to Me that I thought was fucking genius.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good flick. And then there's two other A24 movies that I really enjoyed. One was Ari Aster's Beau is Afraid with Joaquin Phoenix, which is a complete mind fuck.
My
And a
brother was
very
telling me to watch
parallel
that one
mind
today.
fuck
Yeah.
was Nicolas Cage in a Dream Scenario, which I thought was just fucking wow. Like such
Didn't catch
an
that.
original concept. Really dug that. But you got the big movies that are going to sweep the Oscars like Oppenheimer and Barbie and shit like that. But
Oppenheimer, shit.
I see.
did
I
you
had
like
no interest
Oppenheimer?
in watching Oppenheimer.
I liked it. It was.
I liked
felt
it. I
was a little
didn't
too
love
long.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I went to go see it in IMAX. It was very JFK for me. And I was telling Jay earlier was that they built it up saying, oh my God, Christopher Nolan made a practical atomic bomb without the destruction. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. They get to the Trinity test. And I'm like, okay, and what? And it was just like somebody set up a fucking box of firecrackers. All right, cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna do Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and then they don't. It just ends up as a headline in the newspaper. I'm like, the fuck did I have to see this in IMAX for?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
performances,
Okay.
phenomenal. RDJ will walk away with a statue. Everybody's gonna get nominated. Everybody will probably win. But I think it's been overhyped. Huge.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to John Wick. I like it. I liked it. I did like it a lot. It wasn't perfect.
You better, you bastard.
I was looking forward to it. It's one of the things we talked about earlier on in 2023. We wanted to have a big watch party, or we all wanted to get together.
Yeah.
But I liked it. So honorable mention.
Damn, it didn't crack the top 3. Okay.
It didn't crack the top 3 because in the place of that action popcorny, I just want to forget about everything and see shit get blown up 1980 style. I'm going to slot Chris Hemsworth in Extraction 2. It was a Netflix movie.
I didn't even watch it.
I thought the first one was better.
The first one was good. I liked the first one. I did not even catch the second one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The second one felt more like it was trying to rip off from the Raid Redemption, especially when he's having that fucking yard fight and he's on fire. His arm is on fire, and it was badass. But there's a shot where the helicopter is about to fucking shoot at him, and he hides behind a ladder. I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, exactly. No, listen, and that's why, because of the lunacy of it all, right? The fact that he was on a train that was getting derailed, and he was standing on it with a Gatling gun, firing at a hovering, I don't know, fucking helicopter. You don't get more fucking Schwarzenegger than that. You know what I mean?
Was the Rock holding that helicopter down
with a chain from a Jeep?
Or was that in your #1 movie of 2023, Fast and Furious 15?
I can't even Fast and Furious nothing,
that
bro.
movie where it breathes.
I cannot.
They lost me when they went to space in a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the very least, they leaned into that BS that they're immortal, essentially.
Right. You know what? Honestly, that franchise
that was like
died with Paul Walker.
Cheek.
When Paul Walker died, that franchise died with them. That was a great fitting ending, and then after that, I was like, all right, let's fuck with them. Submarines, bet, let's do it.
All right. So in the 3 spot,
The Little Mermaid.
We still not here yet. Yo, spit it out already, guy.
Super Mario.
What?
Not
Super Mario.
I liked it.
It was a cute movie. I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Did you watch any grown-up movies this year?
No. So that's why my list is gonna piss the fuck off. Fuck you and fuck Oppenheimer. Okay. Fuck Oppenheimer to the fuckiest fuckness. All right.
You know, it's funny. I haven't even seen it yet.
What, Oppenheimer?
Which one?
Yeah, I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet.
Neither have I.
That's okay. I haven't seen Super Mario yet.
It's okay.
Super Mario's on Netflix, so you don't gotta pay to watch it. But Oppenheimer, you guys should watch. Just watch it on your couch. Take breaks. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Just don't expect, like you said, that giant explosion. Honorable mention for me. I'll give you an honorable mention that I forgot. I was looking up what came out last year. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
That was my number 2.
That didn't even crack my top 10.
It does. A lot of heart.
It does. I just felt that there were better movies this year. Yeah, but again, Marvel, who's put out a lot of garbage. Yeah, that was one of the saving graces of Marvel. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? I like the meta aspect as much as I like the story that was being told. So there was that, and then the number 1 spot for me, Derek ain't gonna like this at all. Is Across the Spider-Verse. That is the Empire Strikes Back of the year.
Dude, I love that movie.
It ended on a dark note. It highlighted so much Puerto Rican culture, New York culture. I felt like I was watching a movie that was
I mean, part of it is a love letter to Brooklyn too.
Yeah, family members were maybe creative consultants on that flick. You know what I mean? You know what? Let me. We're all Spanish here, and for anybody who's not Spanish, the fact that in a cartoon, in a superhero cartoon, in a Marvel superhero cartoon, the lead character asks for a blessing in Spanish for his mom. He said,
"Yeah, I got popped for
that." Stop it with this woke bullshit inclusion. I need him to be white, Peter Parker.
That worked for me, right? Because it reminded me of my grandmother saying that every morning when I would stay over there. But
Lauren
then,
Perez, right? Who was the mom?
Yeah, he said it to his mom. But then here's one of the things that's being only now addressed in Marvel comic books. Okay, and the book just came out this week, and it is we got an adult Peter Parker. We got an adult Peter Parker that failed. We got an adult Peter Parker that is trying to be a dad. We got an adult Peter Parker that will maybe eventually have to make the choice. Do I save the city or do I save my daughter? Right? We had an adult Peter Parker who failed in his marriage. Okay? We got an adult Peter Parker who not only failed in his marriage, but didn't give up on it. And he fought to get it back. All right? We got an adult Peter Parker who finally grew up. I don't know how many times, right? David is saying the Ultimate Universe. The stories of Peter Parker were always getting rehashed. Oh, it's the same thing over and over again. Well, you know why it was the same thing over again, in my opinion? Because he never fucking grew up. All right? They forced him to grow up.
No.
No? What do you mean?
That's not the answer. No, that's not the answer.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He said your opinion is wrong.
The answer straight up is not that he didn't grow up. It's just that the writers they brought on weren't that good. That's all that is.
Okay, you're saying J. Michael Straczynski wasn't that good?
He's hit or miss.
Okay, I'll give you hit or miss.
He's hit or miss. I've read some J. Michael Straczynski that's excellent.
I'll give you hit or miss.
A material. But I've also read some J. Michael Straczynski stuff that's not.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
And the thing is if you have to go back and you have to rehash somebody else's work, you're skirting a line. Right.
But okay, so now by making him grow up, adding a little bit of stain to his polish, you're able to explore a whole new realm. You know what I mean? You can dive so much deeper into his interpersonal interactions, and that in wrestling we used to call it rope operas, right? It wasn't just about what was going on in the ring; it was also the backstory, what was being highlighted backstage. Right. So it's the same thing, right? It is the drama, the dramatic narratives that moves the story along, and we're finally being able to access that.
But why though? That stuff's not really important.
Because he's explored so much shit already.
I just messing with you. I don't give a shit.
Yo, Jay's about to explode. I was like, yo, I'll just fuck with you guys.
He was.
I give two shits about Spider-Man is like one of my least favorite characters in the Marvel universe.
I know, but you know what?
Oh shit, that's funny.
We've seen him fail.
There was one good Spider-Man story ever written, and Kraven was the fucking hero of that story.
Oh, see, I don't like Kraven.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
And I'm not looking forward to the Kraven movie that's coming out from
Sony.
No,
that's a whole nother
So Sony needs that license revoked.
Yeah. Oh no, it was from last year. And it was a movie you put me onto that I did not want to see. But when I finally saw it, I saw it maybe 3 or 4 different times because there were so many different fucking layers to the movie. And this was a 2022 flick. It was a summer 2022 flick. And it starred Brad Pitt with an ensemble cast.
Oh God! No, I already
Which
know
one?
where this is going.
Babylon?
I'm gonna get off at the next stop.
Oh, dude, that movie! I love that movie.
Bullet Train.
Oh, Bullet Train's a shit, dude! I love that movie. Wait, that came out this year? That was last year.
No, that was last year, 2022.
Oh, okay, dude, that would have been high on my top 3. Dude, I love Bullet Train.
I liked Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Bullet Train worked for me. Babylon was a layered, tough flick, and I will say this: I shut off Babylon in the first 10 minutes.
Dude, that movie deserves.
But once I saw it and got all the way through, I was like, okay.
Yeah, dude, that movie's a very emotional ride. I love that movie. I love Damien Chazelle's movie with the exception of First Man, but fuck, this Babylon. If you love movies, that movie will punch you in the fucking heart from different angles. Oh, I love it. But let me just say one thing about Spider-Verse, though, because it is high. It may not be in my top 3, but definitely in my top 5. I cannot remember the last time that I was in a movie theater and reached out to the screen like, no, you can't end it. No, don't stop the movie yet. Like, holy shit, that cliffhanger just had me like, because the minute that they rounded up the crew, it's like, all right, damn, this movie's long as fuck. And then it fades away. It's like, no, don't end this fucking movie on me right now. I was so invested. That movie was phenomenal. Love that flick.
You know, Derek, I got a theory with not personal theory, personal adage about Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Peter Parker. Okay. And maybe you'll like this because you're a big Yankee fan, right? You're a bigger Derek Jeter fan than you're a Yankee fan. And my whole thing about this is with Spider-Man, anybody, if they're good enough, could be Spider-Man, right? Just like with the Yankees, if you are good enough, you could be the shortstop of the New York Yankees. But there's only going to be one Derek Jeter.
Of course. And that one Derek Jeter was supposed to be featured as the captain in New York vs. the World episode 2, issue 2, that this motherfucker scrapped on me, and I spent like 6 weeks writing it.
Wow.
It made it an Easter egg, so be happy about that, right?
Wow.
Dude, he's like, yo, you got to write for Unstoppable Comics. You fucking love it. Dude, I poured my heart into that. I fucking sent photos saying, hey, this is... And granted, I wrote it like a movie script. He goes, I can't fit all that dialogue in a bubble.
Like, so launching next week on Kickstarter is your issue.
Bro, listen.
Dude, I've sent that script to so many people like, yo, you should make that a short film. And I was like, because there was another character I was introducing for another issue, which was the boxer. And oh my God, it was... and then this guy.
I get it.
Yeah, raw dog.
If he's telling you he can't fit it in a word balloon, he's not trying hard enough. That's
you
all.
Motherfucker, because you know you maxed out at 45 words.
Yeah, it was the Oppenheimer comic books.
Words in a word balloon. You can't do more than 45 words in a word balloon.
That's not true. Have you ever read Cerebus? He has a whole page of the damn word balloon, bro. It can be done.
Yo, it was thick as a dick. It was wordy. I ain't gonna lie, but it was so hard. Dude, I poured a lot into that shit. I was in a low point. He goes, dude, write for me. You get your creative juices flowing again. I was like, all right, cool. I got my notebook out, and I do day and night for almost 6 weeks, and I'm tweaking it up, and I'm trying to make it fit and thinking about the character, how it's going to spin off to other stories. This motherfucker's like, yeah, I don't think I can use it. Dude, I want to fucking give him paper. I want to time to a chair, give him paper cuts with the fucking notebook, and then pour lemon juice on it.
Dude, I trimmed this motherfucker's third act into the entire fucking issue, and then a lead in to the fucking next one.
He stole the fucking action part at the end. I was building to that. There was so much. It was so
you're telling me he removed the substance. He removed the substance from it and just took the fluff.
That's it. Yo, I'll tell you this. If we can exceed the goal here, I'll see if I can dig it up. So I'm not gonna make this problem. We can exceed the goal on it. Oh, you got it? All right. You can send that out to everybody that follows and see what they think of it. Let them read it in script format.
We're putting this out right now. Here we go, folks. Here we go, right? We usually do stretch goals. This is gonna be the first verbal stretch goal ever. And I will fucking add it on after I wake up tomorrow morning to the stretch goal, okay? Included in the first fucking stretch goal will be his script, because we didn't do the fucking art, because I don't have enough money to pay for 129 pages of fucking artwork for the goddamn script he did for New York versus the World #2. Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Right.
But I want to put that up there. That's something you will not find anywhere. It's something that will never be printed. And if we're gonna do good for this, and you guys are that invested into Unstoppable Comics, and you're willing to dig deep in your pockets and share, then I would like to present that as my gift to all of you. Okay. I'll put that out there.
Let me talk to the other writer here on the panel. He spent 3 fucking pages on one guy waking up from the fucking bed just rubbing his knees because they were sore.
No, I didn't. No, it was when he went to the mayor's office and he was explaining to him that's the but where it got very wordy, and I get it, yes. But again, as a guy who makes comics, you take the good parts and you tell the story. You find a way to condense it.
I did. I condensed it.
Yes, you took the action at the end where he goes to Yankee Stadium and kills the zombies with a bat. The fuck out of here, dude. Whatever. He wanted me to say, "Oh, Derek Jeter wakes up and goes, oh, no, get the fuck out of here."
But you know what he did? I played the editor to your fucking movie, right? And I was just like, this is not needed.
Release the Gordon cut. Williams release the Gordon cut.
He Weinsteined you, is what he did.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about. Yeah, he took me in the room and fucked me, is what he did. He sexually assaulted my goddamn script, is what he did.
If you see me walk into a fucking office meeting with a robe and flip flops, somebody's gonna get fucked. Somebody's getting fucked that night.
Dude, it's crazy because, like I said, I was going through a creative, mental funk. That he goes, "Yo, I want you to write," and we rarely work because of this kind of shit, right? So together we don't work. So he gets me. He finally gets me in a vulnerable state. He goes, "Write for me. I'm going to publish it. And you're going to have it, and you sit side by side with me at the Comic-Con, and you sign it. Your name's going to be right there with mine, with something you wrote, something about you're passionate about." I was like, "God damn, you built me up, dude!" And I poured my heart into it. And then he was like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
I felt bad.
Never again. Never again.
Prick.
Dream killer.
I'm offended right here.
Damn.
Alan Moore does not equal Derek Gordon. Alan Moore does not equal Derek Gordon. William, just for that statement, don't come see me next time. You're not gonna. It's not gonna happen.
I don't know who Alan Moore is, but if he got funneled by J2, yeah, consider us in the same boat. The D and JD is for diddling.
DJ Diddle, baby. Oh,
J
guys,
Diddle, baby.
listen, we're at the 2-hour mark. We're $353 in. I don't know about you guys. I'm having a good time. I'm gonna keep hanging out. If you guys
All
want to
right,
hang
I'm
out,
in. I'm in.
gonna hang out.
I've got an exit stage left, so I will.
You got an exit stage left. I get it. Thank you for chilling with us. I appreciate you, kid.
Gentlemen, successful launch. Until next time.
All right, brother.
Ryan,
Catch
I'll be
you
watching.
soon.
I'll be watching in the background.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So Alan Moore does not equal Derek Gordon.
Who
That
is
ain't
Alan
gonna
Moore?
fucking happen.
I don't know. I want to understand the reference.
V for Vendetta.
Watchmen.
Okay.
Oh my God, the Johnny Depp Jack the Ripper movie.
From Hell.
From Hell.
Okay.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
William says he wrote Killing Joke.
He did write the Killing Joke.
Yes. Killing Joke.
Okay.
He wrote Swamp Thing, not the movies, the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Very famous run on it.
Promethea. Yes.
Okay.
Tom Strong.
Yep.
Supreme, which was
maybe it does line up.
Negative, doctor.
Yo, you can't ask a guy who doesn't read or write comics to write a comic. So I wrote a movie script for you to adapt into a comic.
I know. And when I told you how I was going to adapt it, you're like, take my name off of it.
Exactly, dude. He stripped it down to nothing.
What is the name of the director who doesn't take credit on the movie?
No.
Oh yeah, there's a name. Yeah, I know.
There's a name of it. When the director is no confidence because of editorial decree
interference.
Yeah.
What? Either way, I said if it's not what I wrote, then don't put my name on it because I don't want to go and represent
Alan
something
Smith,
like, oh, that's me. It's not me. I didn't write that. That's not what I wrote.
No.
So that's why I just said, you can do. I wrote it for you. You can do whatever you want, or just don't put my name on it because if you don't publish it the way I wrote it,
I was gonna give you a not a producer credit. Oh my God.
Co-writer.
No.
Co-plotter.
Plotter. I was gonna give you a plotter credit, but you were like,
yeah. I just said don't do it.
I gotta go film this Daddy Yankee concert. I gotta go.
Dude, I'm getting a lot of feedback in my ear. All right. I think it's you whenever you talk.
Yeah.
No, Jay, I'm dead ass. A lot of feedback coming from your thing. I don't know.
Are you getting feedback, Calderon, or no?
Yeah, it's all fuzzy.
No.
I thought it was me. I just checked my my mic, but it's not over here. Talk.
I don't know.
Yeah, anytime you talk, it's
when I talk, you getting feedback?
No, when
Mr.
Jay Unstoppable talks, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't hear you
muted
at all.
now.
Your mic is off.
You're muted.
How about now? Are you getting feedback from me now?
Yeah, I'm getting feedback. Yeah, I'm gonna jump out. I'll come back in. Just
all right. Sounds good. That sounds good. All right.
I think you should do his comic, bro. You should never leave a friend hanging like that, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm never gonna leave a friend hanging. I'm never gonna.
But you just did. You just did. You didn't. You hired someone. You wrote a comic. And I gotta do it, bro.
No. Listen, I got no problem adding his thing. I got no problem adding it to the campaign. But be it far from me to leave a friend hanging. I'm not gonna do that at all. No reason for me to do that at all. Right? That's why I got a friend of mine who is doing a book right now called Oswald. I was there and I remember issues number 1 through 6.
1 through 6.
Let me bring that up quickly because we got to spread the love around, baby. We got to spread that love around, right? And my man Calderon also has a book right now that is live on Kickstarter, folks. All right, and he's at 1,900. Before we started the show, he was at 18 and change. Okay,
yeah.
So he's at 1,920 of a $500 goal. He's already got 68 backers, and he's got 15 days left to go.
Yep.
Wow,
Calderon is working on Oswald. Even though this is issue number 1 through 6, this is number what? 42, 39 in the series?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
When I have a master list, like anyone who backs, I give them a master list of all the stories so that they know how to read it in order. So
now, at one point, I remember. Matter of fact, it was this time last year. You were talking about how Oswald was in a storyline, not a dream state, but it took him out of his timeline.
Well, what it is he was actually in dream, right? He was in a different reality. Yeah, he was actually in dream, and the name of this story is I Was There and I Remember, and this is him recounting the story of his time in dream. He basically is in a self-induced coma for about 2 weeks of time, and during that time, he's in dream. He lives about 80 years in dream, and when he comes out of the coma, he remembers everything that occurred. Some of his friends convince him that it was just a dream, but he has evidence. He has a physical item that comes with him from dream, so he's still skeptical. He doesn't really know what to do because he left family in dream. He had an entire empire. He was married. He had children. He had grandchildren. He had the whole 9 yards, and it was a whole thing with him becoming an emperor and the whole 9 yards.
Was he a pirate? Because this cover looks like he's on a pirate ship, and I love it.
Well, yes, because he had a Royal Navy, and his Navy they had ships, and they were like but they were like airships. They looked like old ships of the line, but they were they were flying through the air. Like I said, it was a dream. They were having a good time.
And this is the artist that you're working with on the book?
Jade Gonzalez, yes. She's been putting up with me for about 14 years now.
Hey, now.
Yeah. Kyler, so let me ask you a question because this is the first time I'm seeing this. What do you attribute the success to this title or this series to? Like, where are the fans connecting? What do you think is the most thing that engages with them?
I mean, it's usually most of my neighbors, and I threaten their lives.
Jay, you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I've been working on this since about '96, and I started originally in prose, and then I found Jade online, and I was looking for an artist for something else, and she offered to do comic stuff, and I was all right, let's try it. So we did. I won some. What the hell happened? The second story was poker winnings, and the first story I think was someone I was supposed to pay somebody back some money, and they were just like, "Nah, keep the money." So I ended up doing comics. But the success of the series, I think, has a lot to do with I think the stories are good. I do my best to produce obviously the best stories I can create, and I hooked up with a very good artist. Jade, she's an excellent artist, and I try to keep that consistent because I'm also working with another artist called Lorenzo Tillis, and his style is totally different from hers, but it is consistent in the sense that it's still very good and it fits in. But I think people dig the story, and I think that's what it is. So
I think it's cool. I mean, the artwork's beautiful. Shout out to your crew there, man. Yeah, great work.
Yeah, and you're kicking ass. You got 15 days left to go, so you're in the valley. Yeah. So this is your slow period, and from here on up, things start to go up. So hopefully you break $3,000, man, before the end of the campaign, kid.
I think we'll make it. Because what is it? We started on Monday. I launched on Monday. It was a short campaign. It's only 21 days. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we'll do it right.
How often are you putting out issues of this title?
Oh man.
see, here's the way I run a camp. This is the way I run my business, right? So this campaign will end. What's the date on it, Jay?
What's 15 days from today?
No. It has. Hold on. It says it on the screen. There? Yeah, it says it on the screen. It'll end on January 29th.
Okay.
Right. So it'll end on January 29th. It takes 2 weeks for Kickstarter to get me the funds, right? So, okay. In that 2 weeks, well, usually when the campaign ends, I'll send the stuff off to the printer, right? So by the time I get the funds, I'll have the books, I'll ship them out, and then I'll usually wait another week, and then I'll start another campaign.
Oh wow! Okay, so that's a fast turnaround time. So they're not really sitting around waiting to get that next issue.
No,
and that's the thing with us that a lot of people outside of comic books don't understand. Our turnaround time with comic books is a hell of a lot quicker than the turnaround time in comic book shops. And that's one of the things that I wish was promoted more. It's not with everybody, but with quite a few people who've gotten this down packed, right? We're coming into the campaign with our books done already. We already know that. So once we get our money, it's going out to print. So we're looking, honestly, at most, a 2-month turnaround time if this is a pre-order for you to get your book. Now, if you're going to the comic book shop and you're ordering from that big catalog, right? There's a 3-month lead up time if the book is on time. So here we are, busting our balls to get stuff out a hell of a lot quicker than mainstream comics do. And it's not, we're not getting accolades for it at all.
Mhm.
We're not getting recognized for it all. People don't know about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we coming out with the frequency that they are? No. You know, the bigger publishers are coming out with 10 to 12 books a year. Most independent comic book publishers, if they're lucky, will put out 4 titles in a year.
Mhm.
Right? If you can get out 6, you're batting 400. You really are.
I'm doing 6 to 8.
Okay.
Right?
6 to 8 a year on Oswald.
Right.
And then I have another title, Tall Tales. That one we're probably putting out 1 to 2. And then Magi's Grace, which we did 1 issue. We're gonna hopefully do 1 to 2 more issues this year. So
okay.
And that comes with his ability to tighten his schedule. He does 3-week campaigns. I tried to do a 3-week campaign. It didn't go in my favor. So I went back, and this is a 4-week campaign. This is 28 days. So we're going from Saturday to the Saturday before the Super Bowl, February 11th, right? I got a little bit more breathing room. It allows me time to focus. It allows me time to put other things into the campaign if things pop up, right? But I still have another month to do fulfillment after that.
Okay.
So,
but it's good that you share this information with especially your backers, so that way they understand. It's like, you know, this is where your money's going to. Like, it's not an easy process, especially as an independent distributor. We don't have the back that a Marvel or DC. They probably do it in house and bang that shit out fast and probably do it in bulk. I mean, it's a hustle and a struggle for you guys, and you guys don't get the recognition that you deserve. And the backers should see that the money's being well spent and that they are investing in a product that's fighting an uphill battle, but there's inspiration in that product. You're literally funding the underdog, and I think that's a great story in itself.
Yeah, and we're not just the underdog. That was when we started.
We're under the underdog. Like
it's like, you ever see Shark Tale? He goes, "There's whale shit, and then there's me."
Right.
But it's you know. There's a lot of mainstream professionals that cannot do what we do. They can't handle the logistics of production. They can't handle the logistics of printing. They can't handle the logistics of shipping. They can't handle the entirety of production. They can't, right? Which is including marketing, is including this. The key right now to small publishing is the live stream circuit. Okay? Because if you're doing it right, today you're on this show, tomorrow you're on somebody else's, Monday you're on somebody else's, Tuesday you're on somebody else's. And that is the key to having the book ready before that. Because if you have everything booked, you don't have enough time to do anything else but the promotion of the book. And you're trying to get onto somebody else's platform because you want to reach their audience. Because maybe they have a loyalty of 10 people. But if 9 people from their show backed you, that becomes an important stop for you.
That's big.
On your circuit, right? Because you can have somebody that has, 1,000, and if only 2 people backed it for you, is it worth it? And that's one of the cool things about Kickstarter is you can do specific links, right? So if I'm on Bobby's show tomorrow, I'll give Bobby a specific link so I know if anybody's ordering from Bobby's show, this is how many came from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Many
I mean,
platforms will do that.
I would never ever discount like 2 or 3 backers from any show, or even just one, because the thing is if you can win that person over,
correct,
they're going to be there for you this campaign, the next campaign, the next campaign, the next campaign.
Retention is big.
Exactly. And if you can retain that, if you can retain that customer or that fan, that's potentially hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
And that's one of the things that's going on right here. You see Michael DeFonte. Okay. Yes. I back Shield and Oswald tonight. Both good quality and have heart. You know what? Michael didn't start buying any of my titles until maybe September of last year. He's jumped on.
So he saw you on my show.
Yeah. He's jumped on Calderon's stream a few times.
I just start messing.
He's bad.
He's like, "You're welcome, Jay.
Where's my cards?
Where's my 10%?"
No, he can keep his money. I want my cards.
Shit. But I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? Not only that, you see the boxes that are right here behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is how their books are going to get shipped, right? Branded packaging. I'm not just trying to create a good story. I'm trying to create a good experience, right? We're a small business, and unfortunately, the mindset of so many small business people is that they'll spend a little bit more. They don't look at so many nickels and dimes because they want you to have an overall experience, right? And you're not getting that, not just from the Kevin Feige. You're not getting that from the Walmart. You're not getting that from the Target, right? You're getting a box that has a big red a bullseye on it, right? You're getting a box that has a big blue Walmart stamp on it. You're getting this. You're getting a thank you message, right? You're getting free fucking shit.
It's
you're
fan
getting
appreciation.
That's
That's what counts. And
That's
again,
it.
it's like I said, your fans out there spend so much money consuming the big name brand titles of Marvel, DC, but they don't get anything in return. They pay the high ticket prices. They pay for the lunch boxes, the action figures, the DVDs, but they're just getting that product. Here, they're actually getting a connection with the creator. They have a connection. There's an input. There's a certain level of intimacy between you and your fan base that you don't get at that higher level. And I think, like you said, they are paying for that experience.
Yeah,
100%.
the first 45 backers on my campaign are getting like this pin. This is like a little acrylic pin.
You see?
Oh, that's
They're
cool.
made up. And they're also getting I don't have it here. I should have brought it down. They're also getting a coaster. So for some reason I got into making coasters and I like the damn thing. So
and
That's
it's
awesome,
like
man.
dude, it's the experience, and it's not just the way of saying thank you, because we want to have that shit as much as we want to give you that stuff, right? It's like when you get a loot crate or a box of stuff and they put in those socks that you wouldn't buy in the store, but if you got it for free, you'd wear it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not the only pin that we had, right? This is all right. It identifies with the Interceptor. It's a shield, right? But then this bad boy did really well for us as well, and that is our level pin for New York versus the world, right?
That's nice.
And it's our skull and bats logo, right? Because in New York, going all the way back to the Warriors, right? And the baseball Furies.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
The baseball bat.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that's why it's in there, man.
And bro, and that's why, like earlier, like I'm not trying to be an ass, like, oh, we gotta hit it. No, but dude, you gotta understand what you're investing in, and Jay doesn't have a warehouse. Jay doesn't have a crew. He doesn't have a staff that he pays. He has people that he hires on a freelance basis. It takes a lot of his time. It takes a lot of their time. It's hard to get that community together. It's so difficult. You're not just buying a book. You are paying for that experience. So again, be generous with these guys on both their products. And like I said, dig a little deeper, because look at what they're doing on their own. And they're still out. They've been doing this for, I know Jay's been doing it well over 15 years. Calderon, I'm sure you've been doing it a long time yourself. So when you reach in your pocket, again, not to be a dick, if you can afford it, dig a little deeper, because these guys are doing it. They're carrying the weight of the world on their own shoulders.
So Calderon is a lot older than we are, right?
Really? I thought he was younger than me.
A lot older than we are. When we were just starting high school, he already had 15 years in the business.
Oh, shit.
See, you know what it is? I just look better than Jay. That's all.
Here, that's what the fucking is.
No. I started in my first independent comic I first published was in '92.
Oh wow. Okay. So, yeah.
So I've been doing it for a long time. I worked professionally for about 2 or 3 years in the '90s. Yeah, man, I just love it. It's one of those things. I grew up reading comics. I've been reading comics since I was like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old. Got hooked, and that was it. And it was just like mainlining printing and publishing and writing and all that stuff. So
there's so many people out there that have And again, I'm not one of those guys. Me and Jay always had like, I'm the movie guy, you're the comic guy, and we clash that way. But there's so many people out there that have the fantasy of being and doing what you guys have done, and sometimes they don't have the means to do it, or they don't have the skill to do it, or even the desire or the passion to go through all the hurdles that you guys are going to. So letting them be a part of this experience, it's almost like they're living vicariously through you. So again, that money's being well spent. I really love what you guys do and how you treat your community, and I really think that you got a hell of a great backing, great community out there.
Yeah.
That you've retained and that you've built over time, and I hope that it continues to grow.
So
Fuck did you say?
What?
So do I. I hope it grows.
Oh, I thought he said so what? I was like, dude,
Yeah,
fuck
that's what
you
I thought
then.
he
You know
said
what?
too.
Take
I
your
was
money
like,
back.
You came out with a heartfelt statement. How am I going to shit on you?
Yo, he just went, so what? I was like, what? I was like, yo, refunds available tonight only.
Start backing out now.
Shit, I'm over here trying to motherfucker.
All right, so we went over what we've seen. We went over what's in our top. It's 2024, and I should have asked this when Ryan was still here. But what are you looking forward to this coming year?
Doom.
Doom.
I want what William sang once. I want my comic made, motherfucker.
There you go.
What? Derek really wants his comic made. Tom, you people still there? Yes, Tom. Still here.
Oh, shit,
you know what,
that's
Tom? Tom, you want to come hang out with us, Tom? We got a little more time left. Tom, I'm gonna send you an invite so you can come fucking bullshit with us.
Oh man, that's
yes, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, but it's funny. William, don't come see me in New York Comic Con, kid. Don't come see me. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm gonna chase you away, kid. I'm gonna chase you away.
That's funny.
But no, what are you looking forward to seeing this year besides Derek's comic being fucking made?
I mean, we mentioned earlier. I'm really looking forward to the Joker. I love the first Joker. I always have this thing when I talk to movie people. Are there movies out there that you see you're like, fuck, I wish I would have made that movie, or if I made that movie, that's exactly step for step, beat for beat, frame for frame, how I would have made it. And for me, Joker is one of those movies. Todd Phillips' Joker. So the fact that this new one has Lady Gaga in it, that is a musical, that's going to be completely different in tone than the original one. I'm really interested in that. I'm interested in Deadpool 3. I know everybody is. Marvel is the only movie that they're putting out this year. They need a jolt in their arm, and the fact that this is an opportunity to fix some things through time travel and to introduce new things and characters and just to tip the hat of other things that we've seen in other universes or multiverses. I really can't wait to see what Ryan Reynolds does with that. So those are two that I'm really looking forward to.
Okay. Calderon, you said Dune. What else?
That's really the only thing I know of that's coming out. I mean, Dune is coming out. Is it the new Spider-Verse movie supposed to come out this year too?
I think it's getting pushed back because of the strike.
Oh, okay.
No, it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out
last year, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to do it back to back, right? Like
within like 8 months of each other.
March,
but I don't think it's finished.
Right.
Yeah.
What else?
That I haven't been keeping track because the thing is ever since before COVID, I would go. I'm sure you both know JoeBlow.com.
Yeah. Dude,
right. So
since day one with them.
Right. Yeah. So you go on there and you would see what's coming out, but now it's like the list is very limited. There's not. Yeah. It's only a few months ahead.
I got one.
What?
And I hope Netflix doesn't electric boogaloo it, but I'm looking forward to seeing Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Negative, Doctor, on that all day. Negative. All right, and we got.
Dude.
We're gonna.
Rebel Moon #2 is coming out. So.
Oh my God!
Ooh, yeah, there's that.
And the biggest supporter of the Rebel Moon series and of Marvels is coming in to hang out with us, and I know how much he loves these movies. Let's have him share a little bit of his love for the Marvels. And for
Tom, what's up, big guy?
Tom, what's up?
I can't believe I got dropped in right after someone said they're looking forward to Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Dude, I'm an Axel Foley mark, man.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Everybody says, "Man, you must have grown up on Rocky Balboa and Axel Foley." Like, yeah, that's kind of what molded my personality. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I know we all have hope for it, but we all saw Coming to America too, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
drizzling shit.
Just
Like,
gonna fucking say
it's
that.
just, it's not. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to be good because we don't know, but like the odds are so not in their favor. Especially even after Beverly Hills Cop 3, like that was just a terrible movie. So
Beverly Hills
horrible.
Cop 3 was bad. Oh, it was so bad.
Horrible.
You know
what I am looking forward
from
to?
the raunchiness and Playboy Mansion of Beverly Hills Cop 2 to pseudo Disneyland in Beverly Cop 3.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah, that to me that never happened. I don't even acknowledge that movie, but I'm looking forward to the Fall Guy. I want to see that.
oh, my man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about you guys. Ryan Gosling is winning me the fuck over, man.
He makes your junk wiggle.
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. I let him P. Diddy me. You know, come on.
Wow.
No, nobody get on that one?
Yeah, no, I got it, but that's a little aggressive.
I served myself on a platter for the jokes, and nobody bid on it. Nobody bid on it.
I mean, if
feel
you're
like
gonna pay
I
him off the
wasted
next
that
day so he don't report it, it's a different story.
Exactly. You know.
I feel like I fucking wasted that shit. Man.
Mhm.
God damn it. God damn it. So,
I'll be surprised if I see you on my show tomorrow.
Tom, what are you looking forward to in 2024?
You know, it's interesting because I was actually thinking about this the other day because I was looking at sort of what was coming up, like just in January and February, and I'm like, this is a terrible start to the year. Like, there's nothing in the theaters.
Yep.
I am interested. Next week, there's a movie coming out called ISS, which is space. What do they call it? The space machine. What the fuck is it called? Space station. Space station, yeah. Right? So basically, people go up to the space station, and as it's happening, they're looking like out through the windows and stuff, and they start to see that war is happening on Earth, and they're stuck in the space station.
So it's the United States and Russians working together in the space station while they're looking out and working jointly. They're looking down, and nuclear war is happening on Earth, and then they're getting from their comms take over the space station. So now there's a battle about to go over. Yo, that shit looks for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that should be I mean, there's no marketing for this movie. Like no one knows that this thing exists.
I just saw it recently.
Yeah, the only reason I saw it was because it was a trailer on Godzilla last year, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is awesome."
Yeah.
There's
another movie.
Calderon's the only one here who saw it. Were you a fan of it?
Of Godzilla?
-1?
-1? Yeah. I have problems with it. I have some issues with it, but overall, I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep hearing great things about that.
I told you Tom was a man of taste.
Yeah,
bro.
Tom
I know he's a man of taste.
I like it.
And
somebody
even
who likes Rebel Moon, he can't wait for the Snyder cut.
Yeah. Even the stuff that I kind of point out, like I didn't really go for that. Like none of it is it's ticky tack stuff that you know. Just I'm a 52-year-old Godzilla fan who's watched it my whole life, so I see things that other people don't see, and you know, stuff like that. But no, it's a really good movie, just in general, just in the context of the story and the characters and stuff. And then there's Godzilla. So you know, that's pretty much all you need. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So tangent off of that is Godzilla X Kong in a few months, which just looks like a freaking acid trip.
Didn't that just come out?
No, that was like 3 years ago, dude. This is a new. That was Godzilla versus Kong. This is Godzilla X Kong, where they're working together as a team
and
to
I saw
fight.
A picture. Kong has like a bionic arm in this one, right?
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Is it by the same production company or
no? This is Legendary, dude. The Godzilla -1 is Toho.
Right.
That's
right.
like real Godzilla, and then there's Legendary Godzilla.
This one ties into Skull Island and Godzilla. Yeah,
yes,
that shit show. How you guys feeling about the new Ghostbusters?
I have no interest in it anymore.
Yeah. I want to see it.
I will end up seeing it, I'm sure. But the last one. Here's the thing with the last one. Like the last one wasn't a terrible movie, but it was so just a sugar stick of nostalgia. Like that's literally all it was, you know.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like, and they did Harold Ramis good at the end, and you know, you kind of left the theater with like a good feeling, like, oh, that was nice. But like the last half hour of the movie is just the original Ghostbusters. Like it's just, well, here we're gonna have the girl turn into the thing and the guy turn into the thing, and she's wearing the same dress, and it's just like, this is just the same thing. So it kind of wore thin on me, but it wasn't.
But so was the first Ray Star Wars. It was the fucking first Star Wars game.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. That's a very fair comparison. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and we bid on it. Right, nostalgia is a
but nostalgia can be done right, and nostalgia can be done right. But with Ghostbusters, see, with Star Wars, it was sort of tangential nostalgia. Like, yes, we've been on a desert planet, but it's not Tatooine this time. Yes, we have a Darth Vader, but it's his grandson or whatever, right? So it's tangential things that are semi-organic to the story. In this case, literally, like, the part that bugged me the most was when she turned into the gatekeeper and literally was wearing the same dress. I was like, what are we doing? Like, this is so just like, we know what we have to do to sort of latch onto the fans, especially after the 2016 disaster that didn't know what it was supposed to be or wanted to be. They had to bring it back and be like, hey, remember when this was cool? So, that was sort of the flaw in the Ghostbusters. And again, it wasn't bad. I didn't hate it at all, but it was just a little too much of that.
I got you. I got you.
I'm interested in what they'll do with the new one now that they're having a new storyline and new bad guys and all that kind of stuff. There's potential there, but I'm just not going in with high hope. That's all.
Dude, they're going into Coney Island. They're going into the only obstacle that nearly defeated Remo Williams. Thank you. You didn't bite on the PG joke, but you bit on the Remo Williams joke. That's that fucking old crew. We're never gonna get the. You bit on the Remo fucking Williams.
Wow. Okay.
Thank fucking God.
He went there. Okay.
I got something back on that. I loved Remo Williams and the sponsor, the poster child for diabetes. Mr. Wilford Brimley. That just. It was a good fucking flick, bro. Remo Williams was the shit.
Remo Williams was fun. Have you ever read any of the novels, the Destroyer novels?
No.
Yeah. Well, there's like 10,000 of them.
Really?
So
okay.
There was the original guy who wrote them, and then he had like a bunch of ghostwriters, and there was one coming out a month, I think, for like 50 years. There's a bunch of them, but they're the Destroyer novels. Just to let you know, I never read any either. So
it's funny. I was just reading. I watched Steve McQueen's Bullet the other night, and I didn't realize that Bullet was based on a bunch of novels too. So Steven Spielberg is currently in production to remake Bullet with Bradley Cooper in the McQueen role, but not remaking the original Bullet movie. It's based on another one of these Bullet stories. I was like, oh shit! I didn't realize that there was a whole Bullet world out there.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Just like Bullet verse is about to happen.
There we go.
Jack Reacher is based on a series of novels as well.
Right.
So
right. There's a ton of properties out there. They're just, I don't know. They haven't reached that level of Star Wars marketability, right? That it's in everybody's household and grandma knows who the fuck Star Wars is. Whether they think it's a person or a movie, they still know what the fuck it is.
Yeah. Speaking of spin-offs, I mean, we're getting in June. We're getting Ballerina, the spin-off from the John Wick series with Ana de Armas is in the lead. Interested? I like her. I'll watch her in anything.
Well, I liked her in the Bond movie. I thought she was the best thing of the Bond movie.
Yeah.
Like her 15 minutes of fame was like, that's a breath of fresh air, at least for the Bond film.
Yeah.
How that translates to a complete movie, I don't know. But
I thought she was good in The Gray Man, the Russo's movie with Chris Evans and
was good.
Ryan Gosling. She was really good in that as well.
And didn't she do this other flick right now on Apple where she was Chris Evans' girlfriend? She was the assassin, right? I didn't see it. I don't know how that. I
didn't see it either, but she does have the acting chops. I mean, the action chops, so to speak.
Right, she's prepping for that. What is it? My God, typecasted role.
Yeah,
right? The female spy assassin type of deal. So I mean, okay. I mean, I'll bite on it.
It's like Tom said. I'll probably see it anyway.
Yeah, right.
Right? It's like I just end up in a theater because I wanted to go have dinner with a friend, and I was like, "Let's go see a shit."
Oh no! I got fucking 17 different streaming platforms. One of these motherfuckers is gonna catch it within 3 months.
I'm running down the list.
Well, like when I went last year, my list of movies, it was only stuff that I saw in the theater. And so I think I saw like 40 movies last year in the theater. So
God damn.
I like the theater
Yeah.
experience.
Me too.
And so ISS will be my first. And then I tend to see a movie about maybe 3 times a month,
Mhm.
and then it gets heavy during the summer when everything's coming out.
Right.
But, it was fun to do. It was fun to go to the theater and then come out and sit in my car for a few minutes and figure out where in the list of movies, like, where was this? Was it good? Was it shit? Was it somewhere in the middle? Like, it was a fun experiment to do. And I'm looking forward to getting it started again.
You see this guy? He goes to the fucking movies about 40 times a fucking year. He owns his own fucking lake. You know what I mean? But he's shitting the bed on his fucking Kickstarter. You know what I mean? His thing
What do you mean?
He's shit in the fucking bed.
Yeah, I haven't even cracked 20,000 yet. Like, what am I doing?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is you?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, that's Tom.
That's his
Dude.
Yeah, Calderon. Yeah, that's
What's the secret?
What's the secret?
Jay, if you gotta blow somebody, it's this guy.
You know what the secret is? He puts up a fucking drive-in theater by the fucking lake that he owns, and people come by, and he gets them to fucking.
You have to pledge to get in. That's it. You have to pledge to get in. That's your ticket. Yeah.
It's the new Epstein Island.
So Tom, this is the first return to Critter, correct?
Yeah, in like 5 years.
There we go.
Nice.
Now she is also going outside of Kickstarter eventually. Yes.
So Antarctic Press has picked up the series, and they are reprinting the series now. Well, the first issue will be out like the end of February, and then it'll be coming out every 2 months. So first issue's already, we got orders in for the second issue already, or the first issue, sorry. And it was like 1,800 copies and this is a third printing of this book. Like, what is going on? I'm completely blown away by the response from AP, from this Kickstarter, which is just nuts. I mean, I thought that we hit 15,000 a few days ago, and I was like, this is where I thought the whole campaign was going to end, was around 15 or 16. And so yesterday we crossed 17, and that was just our first week. So we're in week 2 starting today. And we have 2 weeks left. So we have a real chance to hit 20,000, and I expected us to land around 15. So this has been mind-blowing for me.
Way to be.
Tom, I asked this question to Calderon early when I saw his Kickstarter. Yours is just fucking insane right now. And again, for people out there who are trying to get on the crowdfunding to get their vision up and running, what is your success story there? At what point did you know it was clicking with fans that you can count on their attention to come back and input more and hit your goals a lot sooner and ahead of schedule?
Well, it didn't take long when I decided that Kickstarter was my method at that point, because I had, for those that don't know, I started doing comics myself with Big Dog Inc. for 4 years. And then we switched over, and Aspen Comics became our publisher for 3 years. And then when we broke off of them, I decided that instead of going back into comic book stores, I was going to do Kickstarter. And this was about 8 years ago. And so we brought my first ever book back to Kickstarter with Penny for Your Soul, brand new Penny for Your Soul book. Mm-hmm. And we did about 16,000 on the first campaign. It was, I don't know, 250 backers or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's good. Now let me see what happens when we do issue 2. Issue 2 was almost identical. Numbers and backers was almost identical. So I was like, all right, so there's a foundation here. And then we went to number 3, and number 3 jumped to over 20,000, and we got more backers. And I was like, oh, okay, there is something here. There is a way to do this. Attrition isn't the same as it works in the retail stores, because normally you go a high number 1 and then you fall off a cliff. In this case, with Penny for Your Soul, we ran 7 issues, and every issue got better and better and better numbers all the way to issue 7. So Kickstarter has the opposite effect on attrition rates and so on, because as you're going through, people are watching those numbers climb. People are watching you come back. There's a built-in fan base on Kickstarter, not Indiegogo, not anywhere else, Kickstarter. And if you can be consistent with those guys and be like, hey, we're doing this one, and then the next one is whatever in March, and then the next one is July, and they know that it's coming, similar to the system like in comic book stores. If they know it's coming, they get ready for it. And it's one of those things that I watch people all the time that are just sort of loosey-goosey about their launch dates, and it's like, well, we're going to try and do it in March, but I don't know. No, tell them when it's happening, get people ready, and then when you're ready to go, you'll see a pop. But then again, when we went to Kickstarter, full time, at that point I had 7 years of being out in retail stores, like monthly with myself and with Aspen. So we had built a fan base. We have a meager social media presence because I do it all and I hate social media. So, things like Instagram and Twitter and all that, they really suffer, but we do a lot of stuff on Facebook. So, that's it. It's really just sort of time put in, and we have the advantage, of course, of being able to do the variant covers with the girls and stuff. That's obviously clearly an advantage. But with this book, there's no nudes in this. There's no topless anything. Like, that's the sexiest it gets right there. And that's the cat girl from Mars. So she's based on Deja Thoris, right? But all the rest, they're all just sort of your
I don't know. The Josie and the Pussycat seems like is a winner also, buddy.
Yeah, I was talking to Britney Spears. I love Britney.
We did a character called Britney Ears as a little tribute right there. There's Britney Ears. But then we also, yesterday, January 12th, is the 25th anniversary of Britney Spears' first album dropping, and so we did a special little tribute cover for that. That's I don't know that there's like a trick or a secret outside of just sort of consistency, and then you just have to hope that people like what they're getting. Obviously there's people that just collect for the covers, like, oh, I got my cover, I'm good. But you're hoping that you get people to crack the book and read it and be like, oh, like, this is a cool story as well as a cool character or whatever. So
when did you know that that you had created that you were successful in creating brand awareness? Because a lot of people who jump on Kickstarter like, all right, I got this, and they'll go through their social medias and hopefully somebody will tell somebody else and word of mouth will get out there. But it seems like you've already mastered it down where you've got the commitment of such a larger community. What was your brand awareness when you knew that you had to crack the code on that?
We started to see people at cons in our first couple of years. We would see people walk by the booth of the cons, and they'll kind of stop and look like, oh, I saw you on Facebook or something like that. So I think two things happened. One is we hyper focused on Facebook. Like, that's where we live. And so we can sort of saturate ourselves in Facebook really, really well, because myself and all the artists that we work with are very Facebook friendly. And then, it kind of drifts down the line on the other platforms. So between that and then having, like I said, the other artists, so like Nia Rufino, she was very popular back in the day when we started. She was coloring J. Scott Campbell and doing things for DC and whatever. So she would start to talk about us. And then we'd get other people like, oh yeah, I follow Nia Rufino. She does stuff for you. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. So again, I think it's just consistency and focus on the part that makes sense to you. Like, for me, Instagram and Twitter never made sense to me, but Facebook made sense to me. So I put the blinders on for the most part and was like, how do I make Facebook work for me? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? And how can I just keep feeding them whatever content, whether it's just pictures of stuff or me telling them why Rebel Moon is trash. Like, how do I feed that information, to that crowd? And because, like Gary Vaynerchuk says, I don't know if you guys know who Gary V is.
I love Gary Vaynerchuk.
You need to watch Gary V. But Gary V pisses me off because he gives you all the answers. But the problem is that all the answers require you to do more work. I'm like, fuck you, Gary. I'm not doing all that extra work. So, he'll tell you, like, Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, like, they all work differently. And you have to figure out how they work to make them work as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
I feel like I've figured out Facebook. And so that's where I focus everything. And then I just kind of tinker around with the rest of it. And, whatever it is what it is.
I'm in the process now of trying to build my Midnight Hustle brand and my podcast, and I just keep hearing, obviously, the consistency and creating content that's valuable to the viewer so they can get the subscriptions. But I guess because I'm so eclectic when it comes to the content that I'm talking about, whether it's my history in pro wrestling, my love for movies, trying to get stand-up comedians, just doing so much going on that YouTube's algorithm is like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to focus on. I'm like, so again, I'm when I see a success story like you've got right now, I'm always want to pick the brain of somebody who's had the success so I can understand building my brand and what I can do to better that and create more awareness to get that commitment from subscribers and fans.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say in that regard is because I'm similar in that way with my comics, because we do everything. Like there's westerns and superheroes and horror and historical fiction and
you gotta diversify that portfolio,
everything.
Baby.
Yeah, so there's a diversification. So if you have diverse content, I would say that I would tell you, as far as your branding goes, make sure that you have, every time you post an image of some kind, whether it's a thumbnail or whatever for previews, or hey, here's the thing that we're doing, brand that image, right? Like your logo, like have a branding, like don't make it change. Like, so every time someone sees it, it has a similarity to it. It's like the Pepsi logo, right? It's, it's the circle and the weird duck goose thing that's in there. So every time they say Pepsi, there's the logo. So every single thing that you do, it doesn't matter if you're like, JD is on to talk about kids comics, have your logo there. Jay Rosario's on to talk about, this. Tom's on to talk about this. Have that bit of information, but always have your logo. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Always front and center. That way, it doesn't matter what the content is. People will get used to seeing that logo, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's back again. Oh, he's back again. Oh, he's back again." And then from there, they decide if they want to, partake of that particular content. But
I didn't have the fucking logo on the entire fucking.
He didn't have the logo on the whole fucking time. He's like, oh, the logo.
That was one of the things I made sure I fucking put together tonight. God damn it.
No, but Tom, that's great advice, man. I really appreciate that. And again, congratulations. I mean, your stuff looks phenomenal. I want to take a look at that stuff too.
Thank you.
Really
Bro,
so JD, do you still have that page that you could pull up?
With yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just go to the top. And let me just talk about, go to the top.
Yeah.
And I'll show you how I do the branding part, because it doesn't matter what book I do, what title it is. I always do this image the same. So all the way to the top, right there. So every time you see a Big Dog Inc. thing, there's a character on the left. There's Kickstarter up the left. There's the Big Dog Inc. logo at the bottom. And then to the right is whatever logo we're actually doing, whatever title it is, will be right there. Critter, Penny for Your Soul, Legend of Oz, boom. So it always looks like this. And then we change the blue out. Sometimes it's blue, green, yellow, whatever.
Right.
But the layout is always the same. So no matter when you see it, if you've seen it enough, you start to know that's a Big Dog Inc. thing. I need to pay attention.
Yeah, I literally just started doing that with all my thumbnails on YouTube. I was like, they all need to be consistent.
Yes.
Change the color in the background, the Midnight Hustle logo there. When I'm doing celebrity interviews,
Yep.
make sure I've done the thing where I'm cartooning their image now, but I want them to all be consistent. Big image here, action image here, their name is centered with my logo up on top and the episode number. So I agree with what you're saying. You've got to stay consistent with your branding and your look and just to burn it in somebody's head.
It's working for him. I just wish he was doing better. You know what I mean? His numbers are bad. His numbers are fucking bad. But guys, we're fucking rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling for fucking almost 3 hours, and I've done almost a third of this bottle tonight to celebrate. I want to thank everybody who came by to hang out with us tonight to promote my new book, Shield of the Interceptor. You guys came out and, this was this. Folks were able to get out on the first day. Anybody who's ordering your physical package, the Wizard Magazine Holochrome cover. The Wizard Magazine homage cover in trading card, featuring Unstoppable Comics characters. The idea for which I stole from our latest guest from the evening, Tom. He ran it. I was looking for it on your page. I didn't see it.
I pulled it off because it's not, they can't get it anymore.
It was the early bird one. Right. Yeah. So if a fucking good idea works, it fucking works, right? So there's that, and then our other gift for the returning backers, which is this Holochrome trading card. So anybody who has backed a project for us before can get this bad boy for free just by coming back and ordering a physical reward. And the card is going to look shiny and bright, just like this. You know what I mean? Nice and shiny. And the sumbitch is going to get shipped with this hard protector on it, so you're not going to get it just tossed into the package, with a little piece of fucking duct tape to hold it in there in place.
Fancy,
yeah, boy. I want to thank JD for coming through and his book, which is also on Kickstarter, Oswald Chronicles. What was the subtitle for it again?
I was there and I remember.
I was there and I remember. And I want to thank Tom. I just wish his book was doing better. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We have a good weekend.
Crossed,
I mean, the taxes on the lake that he owns are fucking, you know what I mean? I mean, even though it's in Michigan and, it's close to Detroit, but, the drug traffickers hit him off. So that's why he's able to afford some of those property taxes over there. That's good. But no, Tom's kicking fucking ass with his book. And I'm glad he's doing so well. I'm glad you came by to shoot the shit with us. And, my brother for another mother. All right. My man, Derek, who has put me into some of the funniest, anxiety-ridden, mind-bending, torturous situations in my goddamn fucking life, dude.
Bad decisions make good stories.
If it wasn't for you, I never would have slept naked outside the Meadowlands, in my fucking life. And thank you for, the wind chill factor in going through that. But, to everybody else who spent 3 fucking hours with us, that was awesome. Thank you for allowing me all to honor my dad on what would have been his 75th birthday. And thank you to those who are backing all of our books. It's fun. At the end of the fucking day, if we didn't have fun doing this, we wouldn't be fucking doing this, right? Mm-hmm. Whether we're doing this for pennies, nickels, dimes, or dollars. Right?
Mm-hmm. No, I want dollars.
Yeah,
I can have the pennies.
I want that shit too. I'm not saying I fucking don't. I'm not saying I fucking don't. But some of us gotta, we gotta have some more. You know what I mean? Pull the Oliver Twist out of our ass. But listen, for those who have been checking up, we're at 52% for the day. So we're doing pretty well, and there are still 27 more days to go in the campaign. So thank you all. Please back these guys' books. Please back my book. And please come back and hang out with us next week. And come hang out with us tomorrow on Calderon's campaign. And don't forget to check out the Midnight Hustle podcast. All right. Derek has a ton of wrestlers out there. And if you're tired of rewatching the same Mystery Science Theater fucking rewatch and riff track shit, check his stuff out. We'll have a laugh. Tom, Derek, and I will be doing Mega Force if you want to join us.
Yeah, we got to figure out how we're going to pull that one off.
Get fucking ready. All right. Good night, everybody. And thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Later.
Good night.